Audio check, audio check. Oh, my face.
You don't have one.
Oh, there we go. Oh, CaptnmcD's asleep. We gotta wake her up. Where is she? Boop, there we go. CaptnmcD's awake. What's up? It's time for us to do part 2 of this trial, which is really like part 3, 4 of this whole investigation so far. We've been at it a while. Actually, not too bad so far. A couple streams worth. And now we have to convince the world that these thieves were lying. What? No way.
But not our thieves, though. Just those thieves.
Not our thief, just their thief. They're less honorable than our thief.
Ooh, you know what I should check?
What you should check?
If my eyes line up still.
Oh, your exciting eye? Okay, wait, yeah, let's fix that. Okay, lock you into place. We need this to be movable. I'll make them a little bigger. Then we're just gonna move them over. There you go, your eye sparkles now line up. Yeah. Nice. Okay, so let's hop right into it, yeah. I presume you heard the defense counsel's summation examination.
Oh, yeah, Governor.
I did, Gov. I did. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin.
Yeah.
God, they're such goofballs, but I can't deny I'm charmed by their gimmick and their goofy demeanor. This is gonna be hard work. Earlier in this trial, you gave the following testimony about your actions after you entered Windibanks.
Well, it was bedlam soon as, weren't it?
It was, Nash, it was. Don't even have time to pull me dukes out to be Lucy Lockets.
Oh, back to the open the window? Yeah, sure. Feeling hot? Just feeling...
Like weird smells in
Oh, fair enough.
there. Which is probably...
Ugh. However, that was a lie.
You guys shot someone!
You brothers. The brothers! On the night in question, you rifled through the items on the victim's counter.
We never done nothing of the sort.
How'd you figure that out? Oops. You will now give formal testimony once again. You will tell the court precisely what happened on the night in question, and this time, you will tell the truth.
Each lie that passes your lips serves to increase the severity of your punishment. And that, gentlemen, may deal a crushing blow to your chances of ever seeing the light of day ever again.
Yeah.
A thought worth pondering, perhaps.
Say no more, Gov.
We'll blab, we'll squeak, we'll peach.
Oh god, the double dingus. Okay, let's deal with them. The whole truth.
All right, we did knock a few things over, but we weren't rifling for nothing.
It was when we heard the gunshot, see? Made us both jump and all that stuff went flying.
Lummy, it didn't have to give me a fright. We was thinking the shooter'd come out the door and get us next.
We stuck everything back we found and scoppered straight into in the black.
We couldn't have shot the bomb broker, see? We never even had a chance, did we?
I mean, okay, let's just...
So, you admit to the defense's accusation? You did indeed ransack Mr. Windibank's countertop on the night in question.
Not ransack, Governor, no.
That's right, Nash, that's right. It's, more like we tidied up, yeah. Sorry. By their own admission, these brothers entered the pawnbrokery under dubious circumstances. However, they panicked and fled on hearing the gunshot, having first made good their mess. The mess.
When you say it, we hardly sound like roughs at all.
We don't, Nash, we don't. Can't make us sound a bit more cutthroat?
It can't just be coincidence that these men showed up at Windibank's that night. There's more to their testimony than meets the eye. I'm sure of it. Oh, why are you looking over at Bacon and Greg's? Illegal entry, the whole truth. Okay, so let's press everything.
We did knock a few things over. We weren't rifling for nothing. For nothing.
If that's the case, then why didn't you testify to that effect in the first place?
Well, you know, we ain't exactly squeaky clean, are we?
We ain't, Nash, we ain't. If we admit to something like that, people would think we was up to no good.
Well said, Ringo. Me old China. We'd only land ourselves in even more trouble.
Me old China? What? Okay. And in fact now, as a result of lying in your previous testimony, that's exactly what you've done. Landed yourselves in even more trouble.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's rotten luck.
Says the rotten apple eater.
Witnesses, explain your actions to the court. Why did you ransack the victim's counter?
Well, we never ransacked nothing.
Oh, right, Nash, right. More like we tidied the place up. Sorry.
Zeke's is giving them looks, and they're looking nervous.
When we heard the gunshots, he made both of us jump and all that stuff went flying.
Hold it!
So what you're saying is, the sound of the gunshot shocked you so much, you knocked all those things off the counter?
Oh, well, it shocked one of us that much, yeah. This bag of nerves needs to learn to keep his shirt on.
Look, it was loud, all right. Blimey, me dead granny would have woken up with that bang.
Big brother here screamed like a bloomin' baby and fell over on the counter. He knocked over a load of books, a candlestick, and some skull whatnot.
I got tangled in some marionette, knocked over a picture frame, knocked over the scales on the floor.
You've really mastered working quietly then. That's a lot. It's quite the chain reaction you're describing here.
What a racket. My granny would have been scared back into a grave with cloud like that.
So in short, the gunshot took you by surprise.
And then some. I mean, it was quiet as a mouse, and then all of a sudden, bam!
Oh, whoa. Oh, Gregson. Gregson? Gregson's got something to say about that. Inspector Gregson, do you have something to add?
Like I keep saying, I don't appreciate being lumped in with these
Then
scoundrels.
why are you reacting to their statements?
No, something to add about their testimony. You seem to react just now at what Mr. Skulkin said. Did it make you think of something?
It's probably nothing, of course. I wouldn't even bother to mention it, only... Well, the fact is, cases don't get solved if you ignore the little details.
How about you just tell us what's on your mind? Just tell us, man.
Just be honest with us, everybody.
As you know, we brought these fellas into the yard for questioning last night. And the statement they gave then told a slightly different story of what they're saying now.
Yeah. Did it? No way. What? No.
You claim you heard the victim shout something out before the gunshot. Might have, Gov. Might have. Does ring a bell now you mention it. Granted, it's only a minor detail, but still.
What did they shout?
Can't help feeling like perhaps you've been a bit sloppy with your testimony here, eh, fellas?
If I discover the witness's testimony has been any more sloppy than it has hitherto proven to be, they'll get a stern talking to. And that's it, because they're...
Very harshest punishment.
I shall be forced to bring the very harshest punishment to bear against them.
Easy, easy.
We'll get right this time.
That's it. Yep, it's all coming back to me now.
Then speak. Supplement your testimony with whatever details have miraculously returned to your questionable minds, sirs.
Right you are, Gov.
I like it.
Just before the gunshot, we heard a voice yelling out, "Give me that gun!"
Well, whose voice?
Female, male, old, young.
So, in fact, you heard the voice and the gunshot almost simultaneously.
We did, Gov, we did.
Although, I suppose if you're being honest, we had a kind of waver in voice before the yell and all.
If you don't want to get shot,
Give me that gun. Bam. Kind of thing.
I like that.
Career in acting tragically missed. Yeah, that's good. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, just checking my face. Making sure my face is alright. Yep, functional. Face functional. And where were the voices coming from? Could you tell?
of course we could. From the other side of the door behind the counter it was.
From the storeroom, where the victim was found dead.
And the voice you heard, it was that of the victim, Mr. Winterbank.
On me granny.
I mean, Granny's life. Of course it was.
On his granny's life. Of course it was.
His granny's life? Don't you have the same granny? So that would mean that you both knew Mr. Winterbank and the sound of his voice.
So that would mean what?
Wardash, what? Any ideas? Yes, Counsel. Indeed it would.
Oh, yeah, that means this was possibly premeditated instead of attack of opportunity.
Nah, we didn't know the geezer.
But you recognized it was his voice.
How am I supposed to know when that bloke and all the fancy club is giving us evil eye?
Van Zeeks is just like,
You did say, well, it was a male voice.
If you value your lives, you will ensure your testimony is accurate and true.
Oh, I mean, Grammy's life it is.
like they're not even doing the pose anymore.
On his granny's life, it must be.
It's a good job his granny's dead.
To summarize then, immediately after hearing the voice of the victim, you then hear the gunshot, causing you to stumble and upset the items on the counter, scattering them over the shop floor.
Make it sound like we're clumsy.
You are.
And don't forget, we tidied up after like good little boys. Anyway, the way I see it, look what owned the place was owned a gun. I should have just fired instead of yelling at the girl.
He was holding it. Hold it!
Wait, you're saying that Mr. Winterbank had a gun in his hands? Why do you know this?
Not Gina.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bet that was a sight, eh? Two of them waving them guns at each other. Must have got pretty heated.
2 guns?
Well, we knew there were 2 guns. We just thought these guys had one. Check the calendar.
So he was the one that said if you don't want to get shot. So he threatened her of anything. According to this.
I mean, just before he shouted out, we heard the geezer say, if you don't want to get shot.
It didn't really sound like he meant it, mind. More of like an empty threat, you could say.
Mr. Winterbank is known to keep a revolver on the shop counter at all times. People say that to protect the articles in his keeping, he'd readily pull a bullet in someone's head if required.
Including his own.
Including his own. Oh, jeez. That's someone being himself, of course. There it is.
Oh, good grief. Extraordinary devotion, indeed, if alarmingly misguided.
Yeah, everybody's like, what does this accomplish?
Because it kind of means you let down everyone else who's there because you could just get robbed.
Yeah, he certainly sounded like he was ready to pull the trigger the other night. Only the person he was gonna shoot beat him to it. cook this goose proper.
But I wish he squeezed the trigger instead of wasting time shouting, "Give me that gun."
And it was directly after those words that you heard the gunshot.
It was more or less the same time, Gov. Give me that gun.
So wait, how do you get shot in the front then?
Kind of
thing.
Then he would have a shot in his front, not his
I
back.
was gonna say they're also saying they didn't see it, that they heard this. So
Yeah.
their acting would not betray what's actually going on.
Yeah, but nobody's ever gonna go, "Give me that gun," and
Yeah,
like have their
around.
back to the intruder. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Yes, a career in acting very tragically missed.
You had the shot of someone hitting the deck. Before everything went dead quiet.
Look at their like,
So happy
they're
looking.
so happy.
After that, we done a slapdash job tidying the place up.
Didn't have to give me a fright. I was thinking the shoe come out the door and get us next.
I wanna like,
I would press everything still.
yeah.
Keep pressing it all. Like,
I'm just
even
thinking
if-
like, even
if
like
the
my
safety
photo thing.
was, modified from the first time they said Hold it!
Yeah. So you didn't try to open the storeroom door then?
Not on your life.
It went deathly quiet after that, it did. Put the wind right up in me. Right up me. Anyway, the door was locked, wasn't it? No way that was opening.
Yes, of course. It was locked from the inside, or so we've been led to believe.
It was, Gov, it was, from the inside.
Right, so we had no way of knowing what was going on in there, did we?
Unless there was some other way to get a view of the inside of the storeroom. Like through the keyhole or a spy hole, perhaps.
Don't ring no bells.
Don't night low nights. We had to cut and run before we noticed anything like that.
I'm still cutting our teeth this game, see? But one day, we'll really cut the mustard.
These guys are like I hope they get their asses sent to jail so hard. But man, I'm happy to see them. Like, what enthusiastic dinguses.
But as we know, behind the door was the victim's lifeless body, with the accused not 2 feet away.
Yeah, not 2 feet away, more like 4 or 5. They were away. Unfortunately.
I think if they didn't look in the window and they only heard his voice, not her saying anything back,
Yeah.
how did they know that it was a girl in there?
Yeah.
You know?
Like there's a lot of holes in
They're
this
saying
one.
stuff like, he was holding the gun and saying, if you don't want to get shot, whatever, right? But then they mention it's to a girl. But then they said they didn't find a window, they didn't look in the
Yeah, we have to just present the fact that Gina was there somehow. But I think we need an opening for that. But that's definitely a good point, because how would they know that there's a girl
they
in
said
there?
they only heard Mr. Windibank's voice.
They only heard
and
one
the
voice.
gunshot.
Yeah, so they would have no knowledge of her.
To confirm, would it be correct to say that neither of you set foot in the storeroom? That's right, Gov. That's right.
Couldn't have even if we'd wanted to.
We stuck everything back when we found it and scampered straight into him in the black.
Yes, whereupon you fired a shot from your own gun at Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he was a bit hasty there.
Oh, we was, Dash, we was. Truth be told, I was already shaking like a leaf when you lot turned up.
If you're shaking like a leaf, don't put a loaded gun in your hand.
Good advice, miss. Good advice.
Truth be told, me mind went totally blank.
Before your mind goes totally blank, make sure you don't have a loaded gun in your hand.
Mental note made, miss. Mental note made.
After that, we legged it down the street, but apparently we looked dodgy to the coppers or something, so they clapped the derbies on us like winking. And after you've been handcuffed, the police found this revolver in your possession, correct? Well, yeah.
But listen, that proves it, doesn't it? Eh?
I proved you're in the room and took the gun that you said both of them had a gun.
Yeah, there was only one gun. We couldn't have shot him.
We never even had a chance, did we?
Hold it!
And why should we believe that?
Saw Gina.
What? Because it's true, ain't it?
The place was only empty when we went in.
At that time, the victim was already in the storeroom, having been forced to open the door by the accused who had a gun to his head. In other words, on the night in question, these two witnesses never even laid eyes on the proprietor of the pawnbrokery, Mr. Winterbank. Correct?
Yeah!
That animation's just... Again, I hope these guys get their asses go to jail. But, like, they just seem like a pair of bumbles.
Down to a T.
So Skulkin brothers never actually encountered Mr. Winterbank. Is that really true, I wonder? That's it? That's the full extent of their testimony.
What is it, Bruno? You look very fierce. I can pour you some herbal tea if you're tired.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell, wait, never mind, I
We
guess.
don't drink in court and throw our beverages all over the place like somebody. In the
Oh, yeah, listen, we could be trusted with a beverage, unlike, yeah, that other guy across the bench who, you know, he wants to send things flying every 3 seconds. Oh, wait, my face has disappeared again. Oh, no, not that order. I need this, this, this. There we go. Being such a logical thinker, you'll probably laugh. But I feel as though these brothers are still hiding something. Something important. It's nothing more than a feeling, though. I have no proof to support it.
Well, feelings can be very logical at times.
Sorry?
People's expressions, the movement of their eyes, the words they choose. You can take all that in your brain and quietly analyze to come with a feeling like you describe. You've conducted that there's something suspicious about this testimony without knowing why, that's all. I think you should trust your instincts.
Iris. Thank you. Sometimes I think she's 10 years old. If she's 10 years old, I must be 5. Oh, she's 2. Okay, so that's probably fine. I think, yeah, we need to find the they definitely saw him in some capacity. What do we have? No, Sean the man's back.
Look at their gun. That's new in the evidence.
Ah, yes. Let's look. So there's ammunition still loaded in 5 of this revolver's 6 cylinders.
Yes, which tells us that only a single shot's been fired from it.
Exactly. I mean, so this reminds me of how the other bullet usually only has 1 gun, but that could be a lie. Because you could have more than 1 bullet in that gun. But this one, if there's 5 out of 6, then that's a bit more static.
Bullet that hit Hurley, in fact, isn't it?
I mean, that means it went through him. Either that or there are 3 bullets that are...
Well, that's what I said.
I suspect that there's a
Their
3rd gun.
account of looking in, they said Gina had a gun and Winterbanks had a
Yeah.
gun.
So there are 3 guns total.
So, but in the room there was only 1 gun, so either they were in there, and this is the 2nd gun, and they took it out with them.
Or what if they saw another person in there entirely?
With the gun.
No, what if there was a 3rd person in that room?
Yeah.
That knocked out Gina,
Something
shot
just
Winterbank.
sucks.
I'll make those brothers pay.
Alright, cool. Okay,
Nothing unusual besides that, it doesn't look like.
yeah. Yep, gun is gun. Okay.
And did they give us anything else?
That's
Testimony? I don't think
nothing new.
so. Okay.
Okay, but what do we have to present? We have the stereoscope, post-shooting photograph. Let's examine stuff. It doesn't show the window.
I mean, you can see the outline of it
Where?
in the door.
Oh, the window. Oh, that it's just there? Yeah. Should we present that?
They said that they weren't there long enough to have tried to open the door.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but it's not in this photo. You can't see it in this one. You can only see it in the other one.
That's... Something's wrong with that then. Did someone get a hole in the door to get out?
What? Yeah, wait. Was that not even
It's
there?
not even there.
What? Whoa. Okay, whoa.
Like,
That's even weirder.
It's not even there.
Like, okay, yeah.
The curtain's not moved on there. There
Yeah.
should still be an outline.
It's just dead ass. There's like a fucking someone
It's
carved.
a different door.
That's a what? Okay. Okay. Wait. Where's holding a gun? No. What part do we want to present to?
Well, I don't think we're even ready for that.
Yeah.
Yet, but that's something different about those photos.
I think we'll start pressing things and seeing if anyone else has a pop-up.
Yeah.
Quick, we'll do that quick.
Yeah, the double press.
Yeah, the double press. The rumored double press. You didn't try to open the storeroom door? No. Okay, door was locked. Yes. No way of knowing what was going on. I'd like to just let that one rock. Cut and run before we notice anything. And I love that Bacon and Greg's is just over there like, he's just chilling. What else do we have? Handwritten notes, back a photograph. Ooh, different things from the blood photos. Actually, wait, let's check this. Is there just, what else do we have? Yeah, just so we know. May as well. Okay, no, nothing yet. No, autopsy report. Okay, wait.
So, yeah,
So let's the one with the girl. Well, I was gonna say I want to deal with the fact that they say the girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's gonna be sus.
Yeah. We didn't see it, but there was a girl.
Yeah. Because that's gonna be how'd you know there's a girl? Okay, so let's see. Yelling at the girl. Okay, so we'll press this again, and then just see, if double press happens, and if not, then we'll present. Maybe we'll just present Gina.
I don't think we can present people in this one.
I think you can. Yeah, certainly sound like he was ready to pull the trigger the other night. Yeah, okay. So I want to just present Gina to how did you know that there was a girl in there?
They heard Windabank, so, and everybody in the courtroom was like, so did Windabank? And they're like, yeah, nice.
I mean, I guess what they could. So as a counterpoint, they could say, "Oh, well, we know it's the girl now because of the case, because she was in there."
Yeah,
but they said this is a site to see him waving it at the girl.
Yeah.
Which means they had, yeah. Like, how can we just like present part of their testimony to the other part of their testimony? Okay. Nothing. Weird voice yelling out, "Give me that gun." Like, I feel like I want to press to a different part.
I would actually present the photo of them for this. Right here, this one.
This one?
Yeah, she's holding a gun to him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true.
How did they switch?
Yeah, there's only one guy. Yeah. You know what? Good call. I agree with that.
Objection.
Boom. Good one. Good one, CaptnmcD.
Because we're getting to
Nice.
further points, we're finding more clues of further, but it's always how to lead it to that.
The victim, Mr. Windabank, was wielding a gun, is that correct?
And that's it, Gov. You got the picture.
I do got the picture in my hands that proves that you're lying.
And that Gina was threatening him, maybe.
Yeah.
Yes, Nash, yes, no question.
And yet the photographic evidence from the time of the incident clearly shows that Mr. Windibank was not in possession of a firearm of any description.
Objection!
You surprise me. Does the defense really intend to highlight evidence that compromises the position of the accused even more?
Yeah, 'cause we want to
yeah.
prove how wrong this testimony
We want to prove how wrong this testimony is.
Furthermore, the defense has failed to establish that the photographic print presented was taken a suitably short time prior to the victim's death. Your chronology is severely lacking, counsel.
Yeah, that's right.
Too right, Ash, too right. That old geezer could have been able to turn the tables on the girl, eh?
Hardly likely.
No, I'm afraid this won't stand as conclusive evidence. Continue with the cross-examination, counsel, and heed my earlier warning, witnesses.
Okay, so that didn't get us a win, but that's probably gonna...
It probably will make them alter it slightly. Mm-hmm. Nope, doesn't seem like
Yeah, no, we didn't get anything for that one. But I appreciate that it wasn't just a loss on that one.
Yeah.
Okay,
Any ideas? I came up with the last idea.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Let's see, what do we have? What do we have? Was it their gun? Yeah, see, this is, it's like the dude was holding a gun, so he should have just fired instead of yelling at the girl.
Yeah,
Like-
this is the for sure problem statement.
Yeah.
It sounds like you guys saw the entire scene.
Yeah.
You know whose hand the gun was in. You would have seen Gina.
Mm-hmm.
And there would have been a window in that door, which
There's-
there wasn't at 1 a.m.
But
there
at one-
was
at 1:30.
1:30.
I mean, I guess we want to go with this one? Maybe? Because, like, what gun? Right? I mean, I think I'm just going to try because I can't think of anything else right now. So...
Objection!
Oh, the music continues. That's a loss. Oof. Okay, we do not show them their gun. Oh, oof, 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 okay. Cause like, wait. Do we, maybe we present,
Did they have less statements than before? Didn't they have 4 before?
no, we have 6.
Oh, no, that's just your life?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what, actually? I want to present the fact that Windibank was shot in the back
Yeah, go
to give me that gun. Cause like, that implies he would be
So
facing.
him on the ground is your...
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Give me that gun. Because that would show that, like...
Since they seem to be like, well,
What?
timing seems off.
Oh, okay. What do you mean? Give me that gun, he says as he turns his back to his assailant. Okay, maybe the other statement? I'm gonna present it to this one. He was holding a gun. Cause like...
Objection!
There it is. Okay. Oh, there was. Okay, it was. The fact that he was shot in the back. There we go. I knew that would come up. That on the night of the question, the victim, Mr. Windibank, was wielding a gun. Is that correct?
That's it, Gov. You've got the picture.
Yes, Dash, yes, no question.
And yet, photographic evidence obtained immediately after the incident clearly shows that Mr. Windibank was not holding a firearm of any description.
You what?
Gordon Bennett, that ain't right.
Objection! There can be no question that the victim's revolver was used in the incident. I would remind the court that Mr. Winterbank's gun was found at the scene.
In an unconscious person's hand that you could just put there.
Not only was it identified as the murder weapon, but it was found in the accused's hand.
Yeah, that Maltooler used the victim's own gun to finish him off. Give me that gun. Bang. Ah. Kinda thing.
That would imply stay exactly where you are, right there.
Eh?
If the crime had taken place as you've so colorfully described in your testimony, it would give rise to an undeniable and significant inconsistency in the final moments you just acted out.
Oh, goodness, are you sure, counsel?
You intrigue me, my learned friend, but let's see some evidence to support your claim.
See, I'm not even like mad this time because the evidence, I have it. Whereas the proof that demonstrates the inconsistency of the witness's portrayal of the victim's final moments. Okay, so I could probably go this. Let's see, do we have the court? The court. No. No autopsy, we don't get to have it. Oh wait, yeah, we go. Let me just check it. Time of death. Single bullet wound, upper victim back. Okay, the bullet entered the body from the back. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna present this. I mean, realistic, this or the photo should take. According to the testimony, the witnesses claim to have heard a shout of, "Give me that gun," followed by the gunshot.
Indeed, with the two events happening almost simultaneously, or we've been led to believe.
Yes, that's right. Now, if that testimony's true, it would mean that at the moment of death, the victim and his attacker would have been facing each other. However, in the autopsy report, it clearly states that the victim died instantly after being shot from behind. Ah. So, as I stated before, there is an undeniable inconsistency in your testimony, Mr. and Mr. Skulkin.
Skulking.
Yeah, stop skulking around.
But it's the God honest truth.
It is, Nash, it is. When he was shot that night.
And the shopkeeper had a gun in his hand. We saw it with our own bleeding eyes.
You did you? How?
Yeah.
Through the door?
Did I hear you right just now? You actually saw Mr. Winterbank holding a gun? Yeah, thank you. It's just like, there.
They weren't behind the door.
Somewhat like that might have slipped out.
Zeke's fury grows. The fury of Zeke's grows stronger.
Good. He's on our side this
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you've all just heard the admission by these two witnesses that on the night in question, they actually saw with their own eyes the victim wielding a gun. Which can only mean that despite their testimony to the contrary, the Skulkin brothers must have encountered the victim in person.
Nash,
Oof. Oh.
trouble now.
Oh, you guys are in super trouble now. You're going to double jail. It's a jail inside jail.
Order! Order! Witnesses, explain yourselves at once.
Oh, well, the thing is, it weren't supposed to,
Come out that we were in such close contact with them.
It would seem...
With a gun in our possession.
It would seem that my previous warning fell on deaf ears. I made it quite clear that false witness would be the death of
He's
you.
gonna kill you guys.
Oh shit, you guys are actually just dead. Dead.
Am I to understand that you replaced the untruths of your original testimony with new, worse lies?
ever so sorry, Governor. Truth is, see, we,
Cut out, Nash, cut out. If we blab now, you know what it'll do to us.
He? Who are they talking about? Is it Magnus? It's Magnus from beyond the grave.
Let me make your position here perfectly clear. You will talk, There is no other. You have no other option available to you
Talk,
now.
Or we kill you. You're afraid of somebody else killing you?
One of
We
us,
do it for them.
we can put you in jail and you'll be safe in there. I think that's the
That's
ending
what a
of.
lot of people do.
Well, isn't that the ending of 2? Phoenix Wright 2, I think.
No, probably.
I think the one with
From
the
with
the one-
the killer?
yeah, the one with the killer. Yeah, good old the killer. What an honorable assassin.
Yes. You broke our contract.
Our contract.
Coming for
I'm coming to kill you, just so you know.
you. Looking at that pizza in there?
Oh, I'm looking at that pizza. Pizza. I haven't moved any props since last time. I'm too lazy.
You had cookies today.
I did have cookies today. I could change it to cookies.
Bruv, come on, the game's up.
Well, I'm a guts for goddess.
So will we?
Yeah, so will we. If he does not kill you, in case it hasn't quite sunk in yet, no matter how hard you try to hide it, the truth will come out. Bum bum bum.
We will press you until it comes.
We will press you. We will use the press button over and over. Ooh.
Squeeze it out.
We will physically squeeze the truth out of you. By my hand.
On the night in question, it is now apparent that you brothers met face to face with the victim. I demand that you testify again to explain the precise circumstances under which this meeting took place. Please stop lying. Come on, man, it's like the 3rd time now. We can only threaten you so much before we have to follow through.
Well,
Do we have to? On pain of death. I suggest you make yourselves fully aware that this is your very last chance again to tell the truth. You've disappointed me for the last time. Again.
Encounter with the victim.
Alright, so we just got inside the gaff and heaved our sigh of relief when the geezer showed his mug.
give me that gun, you bellowed. He flew at us like he was possessed. I thought we'd had it.
For an old geezer, the bloke was strong as an ox. He chucked me over the counter.
I pulled me gun on him, and then he legged it through that door into the back room.
We never had nothing to do with killing him. That's all what happened, I swear.
What?
Then why did you clean the table?
Why did you clean the
Threw over it.
So he don't even get to see the animation. We just turn and Zeeks is already like, ah.
So you're now telling us that moments before the victim was killed in the storeroom, you in fact encountered him in the main part of the shop.
Well, yeah. Sorry.
Well, we find ourselves at an interesting juncture. This changes matters considerably.
But honest, Governor, this time...
This time it's still alive.
This time, Nash, this
Now
time.
tell from now.
we ain't-
Clean up the counter when you got beaten up by
Yeah.
the owner of the shop.
We ain't got nothing more to hide. Very well, counsel for the defense, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
Yes, my lord. This is it.
Just press
Moment I've been waiting for. Yeah, I'm just gonna press it and see what they say. At yeeted over counter. Alright, so we just got inside the gaff. Eve decided relief. Geezer showed his mug. Give me that gun! And he flew at us like he was possessed. I thought he'd had it. And yeah, so this guy just looks to the side when he lies. That too.
Hold it!
Yes, I noticed that you mentioned the counter in your previous testimony too.
Well, yeah, of course we did.
He knocked over a load of books, a candlestick, and some skull whatnot.
That got tangled in some area, now what knocked over a picture frame, what knocked the scales to the floor.
Yes, that sounds legit because you remember all the stuff you fell through.
And then you just fixed it after he yeeted you. So in fact, it wasn't the sound of the gunshot that shocked you and made you knock those things off the counter.
Oh, well, Big Bravy, I went flying over that counter like a gunshot, I can tell you. Then the old geezer pinned him.
Oh, he did, Nash, he did. If you hadn't been there, the bloke would have flattened me like a blooming pancake in seconds.
I think the fact that his solution to losing items is killing himself, not fighting people.
Yeah, he doesn't fight the...
I
yeah.
don't think that he's going to immediately beat you up if you come in.
Yeah, no.
At the time in question, the alarm was raised at the local police station via a secret cable from the pawnbrokery. There is a button underneath the counter used to activate it, which presumably was pressed by the victim.
That's right. When the brothers fled the scene and back onto the street, they ran straight into the arriving police, didn't they?
Poor Mr. Winterbank. He did everything he could to protect his shop.
Nah.
I pulled my gun on him, and then he ran through that door. Let's just see what happens if we press stuff, because there's a lot. Were you intending to shoot Mr. Winterbank?
No, never, no way, no.
I was just joking. I was just joking.
Threatening so he would let go of my bro.
I was just threatening him. I was just, you know, looking out for me, bruv, weren't I? He was being flattened, don't forget.
My man whose shop was being burgled. Yes.
And then the man fled into the storeroom when you pointed your gun at him. Is that it?
Even Zeke's is just like,
Shoved me away, then ran off through that door and shut himself in.
there's something about that last remark. Something doesn't quite ring true.
I wonder why Mr. Winterbank ran away into the storeroom.
What?
Well, according to what everyone's saying, Ginny was in there waiting for him with a gun.
I guess I'll just... Shit, I'm getting shot one way or another.
We're in the storeroom.
It's safer in the storeroom. Gina allegedly used Mr. Winbank's gun to threaten him for... Oh god, put down that gun! Wait, I'm being robbed. Oh no, they have a gun! Time to go back. In which case, how did the gun end up in Mr. Winterbank's hands again?
I have no idea, but that is strange, isn't it?
Still, inconsistency could be significant. I should make a mental note of it.
Look, the point is, me and me bruv here.
That's right, Nash, that's right. Me and me brother here. You've had nothing to do with killing him. That's all what happened, I swear.
Yep. Press for sure. You would say you say you had nothing to do with it.
Nothing at all.
Nothing, Gov, nothing. The old geezer went and shut himself in the back room, didn't he?
Locked it was from the inside.
We know it was because we tried to open it.
Wait, that's a decent door, that one. Good and strong. Wouldn't budge an inch.
They tried to
open it.
Why would you try to open
Why?
it if he ran away from you?
Right, yeah, like, unless you were going to go kill him.
So in the end, the situation remains unchanged. Inside the storeroom with the pawnbroker, there was only one other person.
Who didn't have a gun because
The sole person who could possibly have shot the victim, the accused, Mr. Gina Lestrade.
Yeah,
It would indeed appear so. What say you to that, counsel?
I don't know. Was there anyone else apart from Gina who could possibly have shot Mr. Winterbank? There could have been.
because we're gonna present the window in that door.
Oh yeah, there's a window in that door.
In one timeline.
In the one timeline, there's a door.
And what?
What does that look for?
From the moment you admitted that you'd encountered the victim face to face that night, the course of this trial changed completely.
You did?
What is your point, my learned friend?
The question we must answer is who could have shot Mr. Winterbank? And it is the belief of the defense that defendant is not the only possible answer at all. I mean, you guys have someone that's really short and shot at an upward angle.
You have my attention. In that case, let us return to this plan of the premises. The victim was killed in the storeroom, which was locked from the inside. Those are the facts, so pray, what other possible answer to the question of who shot the man could there be? Could there be?
Counsel, you must now provide answers to the court in respect to two conundrums.
Two, my lord? Twice as many chances to be right, maybe.
Indeed, namely, from what location did the culprit shoot the victim? And furthermore, where was the victim at the time?
Understood, my lord.
Are you right, Bruno?
I'm not entirely sure. There's one thing I am sure about. If I can prove that there's credible new alternative to what happened,
It would change Gina's prospects hugely.
So now, time for some clarity. Show the court on this plan the answers to the questions posed by his lordship.
Okay, if you believe someone else could have killed the victim, indicate from where that person could have fired the gun. Oh, you know what?
What?
From here. Because the door was unlocked before, right? So dude could have... I'm gonna be in here. I'm gonna be stealing stuff. Bop it up it up it up. Oh no!
He sees the other
He
one,
sees the other...
pushes panic
runs
runs
in,
to the
and then
front.
guy shoots from below. Okay, there we go. Yeah, from here. And Gina would have just been knocked out. Because just like, yeah.
She was there trying to find the book. They knocked her out.
And
And that's why they knew there was a girl there.
that's why they saw her there first.
So they're like, shoot, she's already knocked out, put it in her hand, go back out. They had to cut the window in the door to do it.
Yeah, the door, yeah. Van Zeeks.
And the answer to the second question.
Assuming the culprit fired from the location indicated, where was the victim at the time? So we assumed the victim was still in here, actually.
Yeah, but like he just came through the door.
Yeah, so like here.
Take that!
So something like that, yeah. The defense believes that the victim would have been in this position here.
Objection!
He's not happy with that.
What your answers in fact show is that your own position is as absurd as those of you've indicated on the plan.
What are you saying? Oh, no points. Okay, so we didn't get them.
Positions right. Where was he standing? Because we want him to be standing.
Yeah.
Can we look at that plan? Does it have marks where he was in the actual thing?
Where did the culprit shoot the victim, and where was the victim at the time? Oh, a place outside the storeroom. Okay, I mean, if you're saying someone shot Mr. from inside the storeroom, they'll just say it was Ginny. Oh, okay.
The window? The newly developed window? Maybe
It's
he
the
didn't
best
close
move
the door
here.
yet.
Because they did say
Because if he
threw
was,
him over the counter. Yeah.
if he was running through but didn't close the door yet, and they shoot him from this side, he still falls here. They close the door.
I mean, I think they just moved the body. Straight up. I think they moved the body.
Did we see bloodstains that indicate that the body was moved?
I mean, they could have cleaned it up. I
Yeah,
think.
they cleaned up the counter, I guess.
I think they just mentioned that he's outside. So... nearly chucked me over the counter. So, I mean, you could have shot him from here.
But that's what I mean. If he was still through the door, but the door was open, and they were just
I mean, I don't think he was in the door. I think they want to say that the victim was not in the door.
okay.
But a downward, upward angle.
So it's just that just means that the short guy had to have done it.
Yeah, like, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the short guy did it. And shot him on the way to the storeroom, basically. I'll give this a shot. If we game over, we game over.
Okay.
And then, if we game over, we'll just look through the statements again.
Yeah.
Take that!
Yeah, this one's tricky because you gotta get 2. Probably like here or something. Because like he hit the button, runs away. No, bang. And then push his body in.
Objection!
No, he didn't like that one either. Oh no. Okay. All right. Let's see how far back that sends us. Thank you, counsels. Well, I've seen enough. You know what? Fuck it. Just she's guilty. I request a final decision of melters be made. Okay.
I think just do, like I said, do one of them in that
Outside,
hallway and one of and him.
him
and
inside?
They shot through the little window.
Oh, okay.
Or that
but
the door was open.
Guilty.
yeah, the door would have to be open because otherwise, like, the downward upward angle would not work. Or
They cut the window so that they could lock the door from the inside.
okay, we'll try that.
That's the only thing I can think of. It didn't look like they had moved him. But if the other guy wasn't in the corner that we thought had
Yeah, we
knocked her out,
we definitely thought that he was the like, nah, surprise, bang, like that thing.
then they would have just been in a straight.
Oh, what if, yo,
Him in the back while he was running away.
what if he was saying, "Give me that gun so I could shoot these guys"?
Oh, from Gina? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Gina came in with the gun, says she just want to look for the book. He left her in the back room.
Yeah. And then, oh shit, we're getting robbed.
But she's still got the gun. He's running back through that door saying, "Give me the gun, I need to shoot guys." And they shoot him.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna... How do we trigger that? Do we just press the last thing? Oh, I think we just go on ahead. Yeah. Still hiding something, don't you think?
I think he just pressed
I pressed the last one, was the one that triggered it. Okay. Okay, so we'll try yours. I think yours is also... Yeah. I just suspected they killed him outside. But yeah.
Like, even if they clean the desk, the amount of time... Because Sholmes was watching the lights being on.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that they had infinite time to wipe.
Oh, and you know what? Did lights go out when he got shot? 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna press this one.
Hold it!
I mean, the only other thing is he tripped on the inside and they shot him from the outside. Okay, let's do this one more time.
Because also, they were on the outside and he was on the inside because they said they tried to open it. Like, there's no reason for them to try and open the door then.
Yeah.
So he had to remain.
Okay, so this is a pretty punishing segment.
We're trying.
We're going back. Do 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 do. Cause yeah, how did they lock it in? It's like, we have to take a picture of that friggin'. Okay. New alternative. Okay, okay. Do. Okay, so we're gonna put.
In this hallway.
So we're gonna say somewhere like here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm running in here, and he's like,
Yeah. Like
bang, bang,
like
bang. Yeah. So something like that.
Take that!
Yeah.
And then he was
like,
still
made
inside.
it through the door, but he's ripped out the door. Type thing.
Yeah. So we'll go like here.
Yeah.
Take that!
Do we get an objection? No! Oh, CaptnmcD's right. You got it. The culprit shot the victim from outside the storeroom. He has no... He can't say a hard no to that one. Continue. Mr. Winneback died instantly from a bullet wound in his back.
So,
Yeah, he was bleeding out there.
So he was correct in having run away.
Looking at the stain of blood on the storeroom floor, it doesn't appear that the body was moved after death, which tells us that he was almost certainly shot while he was in the storeroom. However, the crucial point is, where was the shooter when the fatal bullet was fired?
So you are adamant that the shot was fired from outside the storeroom?
Well, according to the Skulkin brothers' earlier testimony, I pulled my gun on him, and then he legged it through that door into the back room. If Mr. Winneback ran away through the door, we have to assume that the door was open at the time.
Oh,
got the shot in before
right,
it
basic
closed.
logic.
It was at precisely that moment when the victim was fleeing for his life that these brothers had the perfect opportunity to shoot the man in the back once he was inside the storeroom. Zeke's also did not like that.
Come to think of it, do you remember what the prosecutor said at the start of the trial?
Moving on to the findings of the Scotland Yard's coroner. His report states that the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory.
It would be hard to get that with how close Ginny was. I know she's shorter, but
Significantly short.
Shooting him.
Oh yeah, it would have been like at height. Yeah. Or if anything, like maybe kind of downward-ish, right? But like this is an aggressive angle, right? Hey, so where's your gun, buddy?
Poor man. Shotwell was running as fast as he could to safety.
Of course. He would have been leaning forward as he was running away. So even if the bullet was fired horizontally, it would still have entered his body on an upward trajectory. Yeah, like mid-run. He's like, oh!
The culprit isn't necessarily someone shorter than Mr. Winterbank.
Objection!
I'm sure my learned friend can't have forgotten that the storeroom door was found closed and locked from the inside.
Made window.
You claim the victim was shot as he fled into the room. Do you also claim his corpse was dexterous enough to turn the key in the lock?
But what if someone else locked the door? Yes, there's someone else who could have locked the storeroom door.
Is that so?
Very well then, counsel. Present your hypothesis to the court. In the scenario just described, the defense's assertion is that the victim was shot from outside the storeroom. In which case, who shut and locked the storeroom door from the inside?
That's gonna be them. Probably the taller one. Because he probably locked it.
Shut and locked it from the inside. I mean, what if Ginny did it?
Ooh, to keep them both safe?
Maybe, but then how would she get knocked out? It's
Yeah.
gotta be them.
Yeah. We're gonna go with them. Because we want to go by, like, he cut a hole in it, right? Type of thing. Let's go for that.
Take that!
Obviously, that person could only have been...
Just a moment, Bruno.
What? I'm just about to point dramatically at the prosecution and unveil amazing revelation.
She thinks her revelation's wrong.
Sorry, but just before you do, maybe you should take a deep breath and think things through one more time.
That's a no doubt.
Oh. Must have been inside too. Okay.
So yeah,
They want us to pick Ginny.
What else it could have been? Only one other person, really.
Yeah, it might have just been, oh god, I'm scared for my life, and then just falls asleep.
For which you must be penalized.
Oh, okay, so he's...
say anything.
Yeah, we waited too
Our
long.
counsel stopped us.
You have a time. Every time I have to bang my gavel, you lose 1 health. Okay, let's go, Ginny.
Take that!
Obviously, the person who locked the door was the only other person inside the storeroom at the time. The defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade.
Objection!
That's absurd. You're suggesting that the accused deliberately engineered the sealed room. For what possible reason?
So that other
Such
people
actions would
come
only
shoot
serve to tighten the noose around her neck.
I'm inclined to agree, I must say. Well, counsel?
So that she doesn't get shot too.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a tricky one, that, isn't it?
Half-baked notions have no place in my courtroom, counsel. Remember that, please.
Well, of course Ginny would have locked the door. It almost goes without saying, doesn't it?
It does?
2 murderers are on the outside.
Well, if I was Ginny in that situation, I know I would have locked the door as quickly as I could. I mean, those 2 burglars had just fired a gun in her direction, hadn't they?
Oh, of course, thank you. I'm surprised that he did not just say that. It's like, before the 2 brothers arrived, Miss Lestrade and Mr. Winterbank were in the storeroom together. Now, I don't know what went on between them at the time, but at some point, Mr. Winterbank must have heard the intruders breaking into a shop and left the storeroom.
Intruders, eh?
Intruders, eh? That's us, bruv. If your theory's correct, that would leave the accused alone in the storeroom.
Yep.
Yes, it would.
But she already would have not been the one who shot him, so...
Yeah. Then, probably only moments later, the victim fled back through the storeroom door, hoping to escape danger. Bang. Hit in the back by the bullet, Mr. Winterbank fell to the floor where he was, just inside the storeroom. And what we have to ask ourselves now is, what would the defendant have done in that moment? I see where you're going with this. Outside the storeroom was a terrifying killer who had just murdered Mr. Winterbank. As soon as that thought struck Miss Lestrade, she slammed the door shut and locked it, in order to save her own life.
Yeah, seems pretty simple, doesn't it?
But I mean, we ain't the ones who done it.
Oh, we ain't, gun. We ain't. You gotta believe us. I mean, come on. We never shoot no one.
You've literally
But you have
shot a
gun
person
with
before.
6 bullets in it at the ready.
That's blatantly untrue. I know for a fact that you would. Yo, just
You shot
Just-
Mr. Sholmes about
just-
10 minutes later.
just dead ass. Don't even pull that shit right now. Before my own eyes, you shot Mr. Herlock Sholmes. There's only one logical conclusion here. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin, you brothers had every opportunity to have been the true perpetrators of Mr. Windibank's murder. So, I suspect the turning point now is, oh shit, here's the real truth. Oh, there's a name that pops up that's weird. Right? Like, it's gonna be one of those things where, like, listen, the only reason we didn't say anything is because,
I should have
Mount...
known it was those 3 brothers.
The 3 brothers?
They're including
Wait.
the detective.
3 of them. They look shady as dense forest. That's amazing. The 3 of them. I like the Greg's lumped in.
All the members of the jury seem to be firmly on your side now.
No, first time ever, and probably the last.
Well, I think you've done it.
An admirable effort, my learned friend.
Huh? What's this now? He's laughing?
He's gonna say,
You find the situation amusing, Lord Van Zeeks. I myself find the defense's argument most persuasive.
Alright, pour it, fucking
"Oh, she
toss it.
knocked out in there."
I dare say.
Because I think it would have been fully reasonable if she took the gun off of Windibanks at that point to defend
Yeah,
herself.
to defend herself, yeah.
But he's gonna be like, why was she knocked out there?
Yeah. Oh, yup.
Such chicanery is the bread and butter of the street performers in your provincial eastern nation. But such blatantly malicious conjuring tricks amount to nothing more than inexcusable pettifoggery here.
What?
The hypothesis you put forward so ostensibly credibly cannot and will not stand. Because, you see, it contains a fatal flaw.
A fatal flaw?
Do you mean to tell me that you're unaware of your logic's failing?
He's gonna say the bullet was fired from Windibank gun. I think.
I say, Lord Van Zeeks. Might be an idea to explain this bally conjuring trick or whatever it is to the troops on the ground, eh?
The fatal flaw in my learned friend's argument is really very simple to understand. Assuming you're not too dim-witted to count bullets.
By George.
Yeah.
Count bullets.
Because there was 1 bullet gone from each gun.
Yeah. But Windibank's gun could have had, yeah. Okay, well, they're gonna say it's
They're
from that
gonna
gun,
say
yeah.
the Sholmes bullet was from the brother's gun.
Mm-hmm.
So the Windibanks bullet
Is gonna
has
be.
to be from Windibank's gun.
Oh dear. He noticed then.
Huh? What's everyone talking about?
Counsel,
Iris is like, I know this.
Yes, sir.
tell the court how many bullets were found at the scene of the crime.
2? 2 bullets?
Correct. The first, that which hit the victim in the back, ending his life. And the second, that which struck the detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, on his arrival at the scene.
Indeed. The defense presented a picture showing the damage caused by the second bullet earlier in the proceedings. The bullet which injured Mr. Sholmes appeared to have passed through his body to strike the calendar.
Your lordship's understanding is correct. Furthermore, we know there are 2 firearms involved in the incident. The revolver belonging to the victim, Mr. Windibank, and the Skulkin brothers' revolver. The evidence shows that a single bullet was fired from each.
Yes, indeed it does. A single bullet from each.
Now then, my learned friend. You yourself told the court only moments ago that these 2 brothers shot Mr. Herlock Sholmes right before your eyes.
Yes, I did. Oh my goodness. I think you'll find
That if the single bullet was fired from the brother's gun hit Mr. Sholmes.
Winterbank not shot by the same gun. Stop. Only one bullet. Stop.
Exactly. Yes, this Nipponese street performer presented an ostensibly credible argument. However, it was never anything more than a diversionary trick with no hope of standing up to scrutiny.
I mean, at this point, I'm just reading it because, like, whatever. We're going to deal with the argument later. Oh no, things are bad. We look like big idiots with our pants down and poopy pants. Oh god, Zeeks, how could you say something like that? That makes it sound so dumb. Moving on. Just like, it's so just like, let's just get to the part where I get to say anything.
Pray forgive the discourtesy of flinging the dregs of this hollowed nectar into the public gallery.
Lord Van Zeeks.
But this court needs to open its eyes. The accused, Miss Gina Lestrade, is no ordinary little girl. Despite her young years, she can regrettably no longer be described as a juvenile.
Wow.
Wow.
Rude.
No, the person in the dock is far from a law-abiding citizen. She's a past riddled with criminal conduct.
So, you're saying that we're using emotionally charged language and, like, you're doing this shit when on the witnesses we have two literal criminals that are like, hey, look at us, we're criminals.
Yep.
Like, it cannot get more cartoonish than this.
The truth is, the accused broke into the pawnbrokery on the night in question with loathsome intent. As we can see beyond doubt in this print, which depicts her threatening the victim with a murder weapon.
Oh no! Oh, you know what it's time for? It's time for summation examination. I bet it is, yeah.
I have here in my possession one more piece of evidence the prosecution wishes to present.
We want to know what color of blood that is.
The disc.
Spray it with the blood machine.
Yeah.
I'll be taking that, whatever it is of McGilda's, down to the...
Oh, yeah, spray it with blood.
Thank you very much.
No, don't give it to him. It's mine, that is. Mine.
I'm sorry, miss. But anything belonging to McGilda has to be taken in as evidence now.
Yes, that music box disc. McGilda's music box disc.
The very day before the hateful murder of Mr. Winterbank. The accused attempted to make off with this article, which clearly doesn't belong to her. And with none of the subtlety of a pickpocket, I might add, but by brute force and brazen impudence.
Good gracious.
Make no mistake, any sympathy for the accused on account of her years is misguided and dangerous.
They don't even ask you for sympathy based on your years.
Yeah, I know.
She didn't do it.
Yeah, right?
There are no depths.
Would not super push no crime she could not commit. Jesus Christ, Jesus.
These two are common thieves. They would do no such thing. They were there for valuables only.
But this girl that
This
would
girl
never
is-
talk about her age as her defense.
This girl is a literal
Fact that she's a girl.
hellspawn. I wouldn't doubt that she eats babies in her spare time. If you look into her eyes, you can see how soulless her form is.
Oh, what about the two, hey, we're criminals career brothers?
Those bumbling idiots are incapable of anything outside of...
You know, like that's what's going on.
Yes. Even though they seem to have an overload that they're lying. to
Yeah,
protect,
they're definitely
they have
protecting someone.
already slipped out that, oh no, he'll kill us if we say anymore.
The court forgets that fact at its peril. Oh my god, let's all vote guilty right now so we can have a summation examination. Let's just go for it.
I think it would be prudent to take this music box disc into evidence, counsel, as a grim testament to the defendant's character.
Lord Van Zeeks,
Inspector Gregson? What?
Yes, Inspector. We had a meeting yesterday at the yard with the prosecution service, and, I think it was agreed that the disc wouldn't be used as evidence.
See, now is also a time I wonder, is Zeke's playing 5D chess here to get this music box disc thing in here to be like, this shit needs to be resolved. And he brings in some
Because he wants to connect it to the other stuff.
It's like he literally just wants to find a legal ways to bring down Magnus. What's this all about? Why is the inspector acting all strangely? Wait, is Greg's in Magnus's pocket?
I think everybody's in bed.
Yeah, I guess everyone's in Magnus's pocket. The first time he said.
does.
I am
Except
unaware
for Van
of.
Zeke's, that's why he was so pissed in the last court
That's
case.
true.
I was unaware of any such meeting. But those were the instructions right from the top. The government bigwigs were insistent.
Yes. Okay. Bring that shit in. Zeeks does not care. Zeeks does not care.
Inspector, I am the prosecutor, and I alone determined how to present my case. Your warning is noted. Thank you.
He's like,
Ooh, you know what?
whatever
Every
punishment they have.
every
Like,
negative feeling I had about Zeeks has just immediately flipped.
Well, let's say with like how Edgeworth is
Yeah,
constantly your
Edgeworth.
antagonist, and then you work together on something and you realize why he does what he does.
Yeah.
I see your point of view now, and maybe you're not the worst person.
The prosecution wishes to proceed with submitting this disc as evidence, my lord.
Indeed, bailiff.
The music box disc has been entered into the court record.
Let's look at it.
The prosecution has established the accused's motive, opportunity, and baseness of character. Now it is your turn, Nipponese man, to reveal more about this case.
There is nothing more to add, is what he says out loud.
And what he's really
Right? Like, see, this is a weird move because it's let me add something to the court record and then end it right there.
so that you can look at it and say something about it.
Right? Like, that's
But I was
a,
gonna say, even
it's a weird
his,
play.
His reason for being in court only in our cases.
Is
He's
like,
saying it's because he's racist against us, but it's because
What
we're
if-
tied to Magnus cases and he's trying to uncover things. But this is a
a
way to
workaround.
go into it without seeming like it's just related.
You know what?
to
You know what it
Magnus
is?
things.
It's the end of what is it? What movie is it? Cagliostro, where they're like, oh no, we have to. Look, that pickpocket ran into this secret cave down here. What's this? Counterfeit printing presses.
Oh, the news reporter's gonna follow me down to check after that pickpocket.
What? We uncovered a counterfeiting operation that no one wanted us to investigate or know about. What? No way. So I think right now he's like Zenigata.
Yeah.
I think I have a suspicion that's what's going on.
And we're Fujiko.
And yeah, I guess we're Fujiko. That makes us Fujiko. Okay, let's check that shit out. All right, do your magic, Iris.
Oh, Runa, look. Blood. I love it.
Yes, you're right. It's just a small smear, but definitely blood. Actually, I feel as though I might have noticed that before.
It's my time to shine again. I thought I'd be waiting forever. Hold still with that disc room now.
All right, yeah, sure, fuck it.
What color is it?
I love that poof.
Is it? It's green.
green?
It's Shomes' blood.
No, that's not Shomes.
That was the blood on the calendar, which theoretically is supposed to
But
be.
this blood is Eggs Benny.
You know that blood is like Benny?
Yeah, because he was fighting with Gina. Like they were fighting over this music disc, and he's like, ah, shit, I cut my hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a third bullet shot.
So, oh, wait. So here's what I think. Shomes maybe took the bullet with him.
Yes.
His bullet. Shomes took his. So here's my hypothesis. Here's my
The
hypothesis.
surgeon left it in there, just
Surgeon.
like the scalpel.
A surgeon. Oh, I didn't leave a scalpel in there. It was a bullet. Like that's, I think that might be what it is.
And they could have just reloaded the gun to have an extra bullet.
So what I wonder is, oh God, what are you doing? You're in my shop. Bang, Eggs Benny. Eggs Benny leaves, or Eggs Benny kills him and leaves, and then these two bumbles just walk in and shoot Shomes, as a separate incident. I wonder. You know what? Let's.
I just think that Gregson was actually there, but I think that the Bumbles, they have a very, like, even though they keep trying to hide it, their account revolves around them being around the counter and having an encounter with movement.
Yeah, I get my
So
guess
I
is
think
like.
that they are involved in that aspect.
So there might have been a third guy in there.
So I think Gregson was there, but I don't think Gregson shot. anyone.
Nah, I don't think so. Wait, that color.
What is it?
It's just that green. It's not the first time we've seen that color, is it? The blood samples portfolio has been updated in the court record. Hey, we'd like to present some weird shit.
We've got some science.
Okay, summation examination time, let's go!
Wasn't even 5 minutes, Bruno.
My lord,
Wonder if I might say something at this point.
Proceed, Mr. Foreman.
Been stumbling about a bit of fog up to now, if truth be told. But all of a sudden, the answer's barely obvious to me and my men.
there's only one thing for yeah, there it is, called it. Summation examination time. Let's go. Court will hear from the jury. That bitch is guilty as fuck. What? No way.
You present your leanings as the defendant's culpability.
Yep.
Guilty. Guilty.
Guilty.
Why is juror number 6 here, man? Like, that's still so bizarre. Bom, bom, bom. Oh, what? She's guilty. No way. Okay.
Eliminate the possible. Whatever remains must be the truth.
That's my line. I wrote that for Hurley. How dare he use it against us?
Don't worry, Iris. I don't think we're finished yet. There's still more to this case than we realize. There must be. Because there's one thing that I'm absolutely certain of. Gina didn't shoot Mr. Winterbank. It's beyond any doubt.
Very well. We will proceed with the second summation.
You know what? I'm glad that the judge is like...
Anymore. He just knows you're gonna do it.
Foreman, are you and the other jurors ready?
Garadev's squadron is primed and ready for action, sir.
Very good. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have now determined the defendant to be guilty.
I'm glad that it's just automatic now. Because it's just like, he's gonna do it. He's legal.
Yeah. And he doesn't stop you. He agrees with you doing
Yeah,
it.
so now it's just a regular phase, which is good. I appreciate that. Jurors' contentions. Okay.
Once a rogue, always a rogue, I say, huh? Different breed to us law-abiding citizens.
As only 2 bullets were found at the scene, I would say the whole case is done and dusted.
You don't need a stereoscope to see the truth here. Every which way you look at it, it was that pickpocket.
I never imagined that simple operation would cause me such grief.
Is he gonna say that there's another bullet?
Maybe it wasn't a scalpel. The accused attempted a theft on the previous day. I can see I'm in for a busy day ahead.
I am Ballistics Expert. I've seen many shootings. There is nothing I do not know about guns.
Thanks, dude. Okay. Just... Alright, let's...
I have to admit, I was rather bowled over by the argument put forward the chap in black. But when that fell apart like a house of cards, I saw that I'd jolly been hoodwinked. Well, no more. Time to become racist.
It's not fair.
Iris?
The prosecutor's being mean. Just because Ginny's done something she shouldn't have done in the past, it doesn't make her a murderer.
It's true, but he doesn't care.
Nope, I'm painting this picture.
Allow me to savor this fruity vintage while I savor the spectacle of your fruitless debate on the matter. Here's to the truth coming out eventually.
That's enough preamble. Counsel, proceed with the summation examination.
Let's go. Okay, so I suspect 2 bullets and the 2 bullets and ballistics man will be related. I'm not gonna pit them against each other yet. And I think old man is gonna give us bullet clues. So I think this is gonna be.
So you're gonna press them first to see if.
Yes. I like to press the ones I think might be relevant first.
Yeah.
2 bullets. I would say the whole case is done and dusted. Okay. But I want to know. I want to know what this guy's up
just
to.
like to press this down.
I just want to know.
He seems to have a lot more going on in
He's
his
got a
head
lot
than
more.
just this case.
Yeah, exactly. Would you please stop muttering about things that have nothing to do with this trial, sir? The defendant's life is on the line here.
Oh, well, the thing is, I couldn't really say that has nothing to do with this trial, to be honest.
What?
I mean, there's no question that the man was shot, but the bullet had simply vanished from his stomach. It's quite inexplicable, don't you think?
Wait, what, dude? I almost don't want to ask, but the surgery you've been muttering about all this time, you were operating on... What was the fellow's name now? Herlich? No, Herlock? No, Hairlock? I think his name was Steven. Herlock Sholmes by any chance? Yeah, good lord! It was that Hairlock fellow. What? You're the surgeon that operated on Mr. Sholmes. What are you doing here?
Also, he's saying that it went into his stomach. I think that would be not into a calendar.
Yeah,
Like,
in
that would
his
be
stomach.
Too low a shot.
It's more that the bullet was in his stomach.
Yeah.
And not currently in the calendar. I think that's the bigger thing.
They keep saying it went through.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it didn't. You're the operator. You worked on Mr. Sholmes? That's right, using the very latest anesthesia techniques, I might add. It was fairly major up, I can tell you.
Yes, we.
This is crazy.
Because the anesthesia.
Let me see. The fellow was brought in not long after midnight, if I remember correctly. They said he'd been shot by some criminal out there, so I opened him up like a shot. But the funny thing is, I went over his insides with a fine-tooth comb. I could find the bullet anywhere. So I'm afraid I had to throw up my hands and just stitch the fellow back up.
So he does have lead poisoning.
Oh.
That's why he's not waking up.
I hate to state the obvious, but... Yes? Surely that's because the bullet is still at the scene of the shooting.
The counsel for the defense is correct. As is clear shown in the photographic print.
But see, this is where I said they're gonna say it just went through.
Yeah.
But that's like.
We're gonna
upwards.
see...
How tall would Sholmes have to be for that to go through his stomach?
And end up there.
Yeah.
Well, I think the other thing is that I wonder what the doctor's gonna say. Like, that's crazy. There was no exit wound.
I hope so.
An exit's body and lodged into the shop wall where the calendar was hanging by the door. I think you'll find it's really quite simple if you just consider the problem three-dimensionally. Ha! Who do you think I am, son? I've shot many people in my life before. Number 4 is about the best that I can do. As soon as I saw the wound to the man's stomach, I flipped him over.
It didn't come out.
Like a pancake? Are you saying that you checked his back? Of course I did. And there wasn't a trace of injury. No sign that bullet left the body at all. Okay, so we're gonna pit him against Bullet Girl, because there are 3 bullets involved now. What? That's the point. The only logical conclusion was that the bullet was still somewhere in the man's innards. Which is exactly why I set about slicing him up.
And off my
I'm still none the wiser even now. How many times do I have to say it? I don't know what the fuck that thing is. That dude's gonna die in a week. Can somebody please explain how it happened? Somebody please solve this mystery. Where the fuck did that bullet go? It's almost as much of a mystery as how this jury was put together.
Yes, everybody's involved.
Where that bullet ended up. Okay, so let's just go for this. Yeah. Because if the bullet's in him, there can't be 2 at the scene. Unless there's more bullet or more gun. They contradict each other. What? They say no, they can't?
I think you gotta press the maid.
Oh, okay.
You have to press both statements before it will go through.
Yeah, okay. It's like, it literally does, though. Like, you think it would have at least given us one of those, like, like, you don't lose a point, but you don't make progress type of deals?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go press her. And you know what? Before I do it again, I'll press the ballistics man, too. Just because he says something about bullets, we may as well check.
Yeah.
It's the number of bullets that has you convinced.
Only 2 bullets were fired, and the 2 guns that fired them have been examined by the police. When the parlor maid asks me how many are invited for dinner, I always tell her to count the table settings.
That's logical, I suppose.
Although,
Yes?
sometimes after dining, crockery does go missing. 1 or 2 guests rather like fine china.
Does your employer dine with thieves?
So I suppose, if there was another bullet somewhere of which we were unaware, I'd have to reconsider my position.
Okay, there you go. Oh, okay, there you go. A 3rd bullet somewhere on the scene. Could that be possible?
It's possible.
I could prove it. Allow me to show you then the 3rd bullet. Wait, can we go to people?
I don't know. You just have to pit her against, we don't have anything that talks about Sholmes, if you can't present Sholmes.
Yeah. Yeah, because the third bullet's in Sholmes right now. How come I can't just, like, point at the doctor and be like, did you not hear what this man just said? Okay, well, I guess this is a bumble. Poop. That sucks.
Because, yeah, we usually can't present people in this one for whatever reason.
Yeah, even though it's like, where's the bullet? It's in fucking Sholmes right now. Morning's paper.
Because you can't go, like, up or down to try and switch.
Yeah, no, it's just that's it. Okay, I guess I'll just present whatever. Let's present the calendar. Why not?
Can't you just go back?
I cannot. I have dug my heels in apparently.
Okay.
Yep.
Take that!
Yeah, there we go. Okay, don't suppose this was possible. Okay.
As much as you pass for a lawyer, my learned friend.
Thanks.
Coming from you, I'm gonna take that as meaning not much.
In no way does it resemble a bullet, if that helps your understanding of my last remark.
Alright, yeah, take the point. Oh, you know, it's like the format of the evidence to give them. Okay, so that's fine. Like, we know where it is. It's in Sholmes. Okay, you know what? Let's talk to Ballistics Expert, man. Where's... Yeah, there you go. Where's an expert? Where's an expert when you need one? Okay, let's press him. Let's...
I've seen many
I have seen
I am
many...
not that revolutionary that you're talking about, but I've seen a lot of shootings, though.
I thought you were just a tourist.
Good day. I'm visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please.
There's no way he's just a visiting tourist. So, you're a ballistics expert. Who knew?
I have much experience with guns.
Oh.
I have lived through many, how do you say, extreme, violent bath of, blood of,
Extreme violent bloodbaths, perhaps.
Yes.
those. Extreme violent bloodbaths. English is very difficult tongue.
Considering the sort of people you associate with, I'm surprised you still have a tongue.
Anyway, if you have questions about bullets and guns, you ask me. There is nothing I do not know. No mystery I cannot solve.
Great.
He is very confident. I like... Like, okay, the game wants us to pit this in the doctor.
But if possible, please, only in the Russian language.
He's not very confident in his knowledge of English, though, is he?
Still, we should bear it in mind. He's our man if there's a mystery about guns and or bullets. Okay. Let's do what the video game wants us to do. Do. Would you be able to grab me a pop and put a new one in the fridge? Thanks, you're the best. I'll be reading everything out, so. Okay, so let's go. Let's send these people into the pit. Where's a bullet expert when you need one?
I am literally a bullet expert. I know everything about bullets.
Objection!
Okay, I like this. These two statements clearly contradict the idea that all I do is pit jurors against each other. Oh, a ballistics expert!
Pitting. P-I-T-T.
On the night in question, Mr. Sholmes was shot by one of the Skulkin brothers. Thank you. But since there was no sign of an exit wound on his back, we must assume the bullet didn't pass through him. However, no bullet was found lodged in Mr. Sholmes' body either. Furthermore... a bullet was found lodged in the wall of the shop where Mr. Sholmes was shot. Juror number 6.
Hello, my name is Violen. Pleased to meet you.
This apparent contradiction in the facts is so clearly troubling juror number 4. Are you able to explain the mystery?
I have seen very similar situation in Motherland. It was night. There was blizzard. I was running away along mountain road in freezing cold. Golly! The snow was piling high on both sides of the road. It was very narrow and dangerous. My pursuers had hunting rifles and they were on dog sleds.
Mental note, don't ask too many questions. It's like, you've got a very colorful life.
I was shot from behind and I fell in snow. And the situation was very similar to what I hear today from doctor. They could not find bullet in my body. And no sign of, they say, exit wound.
And then where did the bullet go?
A bullet never hit me.
Well, if it never hit you, why'd you fall down?
Bullet hit frozen wall of ice very close to my side.
What?
One small piece, very sharp, broke away from lump of ice and pierced my body. It made deep wound that looked just like bullet wound.
So it was like a ricochet.
A ricochet.
Good gracious.
Of course, piece of ice quickly melted inside me. And that is solution to mystery of disappearing bullet.
But there's no ice. in the
What?
scene.
But there's glass. I don't know.
But I think the surgeon would have found glass too.
Yeah.
Glass would still be a sign.
That doesn't answer the question at all.
Huh?
A shooting happened in a pawnbroker shop. That's some snowy mountain road in another country.
Just an idea, but we might not be looking at exactly the same scenario
there's,
here.
Like, it might be something else.
You know, where exactly was Hurley shot again?
Well, according to the report, in his stomach. Sort of around this area, I think.
Well, that's precisely where he always wears a little pouch on his belt.
A pouch? Actually, I might have known. Oh, it's in his it's in his pocket.
Yes, a pouch. It's where he keeps these 3 glass vials of very dangerous chemicals they use in investigations.
What?
So that's-
Really? Doctor, where's the pouch Mr. Sholmes was wearing?
Oh, well, I have it here. I'm wearing it. It's quite fashionable. He had nothing like that in his person when he arrived at the hospital, as far as I can remember.
If I may,
Lord Van Zeeks.
while I realize it is forbidden for the prosecution to interject during a summation examination, I should inform the defense that I have the pouch in question in the antechamber outside the courtroom.
Can we see it?
Can I see it?
No. As I understand it, when the police arrived on the scene and found Mr. Sholmes injured, they removed the pouch in order to assess the wound.
Ah, thank goodness. I thought I was getting forgetful for a moment.
Since then, it has been on my safekeeping along with all other evidence relating to the case. I can personally vouch for the fact that it has not been touched since the incident occurred.
Very well. While extremely unconventional during a summation examination,
Please bring that pouch.
I must demand the prosecution presents the item in question with all speed. Bring forth Mr. Herlock Sholmes' pouch. Bring it up. I see. So this is the pouch worn by Mr. Sholmes on the night in question, is it?
One of them's broken.
Look at that. One of the files is broken and the leather around it is scorched black. It's almost as if the file exploded.
Exploded?
So, that night, the bullet from the Skulkin brothers' gun struck Mr. Sholmes' pouch.
And it was the glass file exploding that caused the fellow's injury.
This bullet did not penetrate victim, but was deflected into wall of shop.
That doesn't make 3 bullets though.
A delightfully complex aroma.
Because the blood splatter still matches
Eggs Benny.
Gregson.
Or not Gregson. No. So I'm saying Bacon and Greg's and Eggs Benny. Eggs Benny's a different guy. There are 2 egg dudes I'm accidentally confusing you with.
Yeah.
Did you see the really fancy dude that dances a lot?
Yeah.
So the blood is that guy's
Okay.
blood. Yeah. So that's
You
Eggs
need
Benny.
to stop egging people.
But they all have egg names. They're all eggs to me. Okay, Gregson is no longer Bacon and Greg's. 'Cause that's too confusing now. Or do I change Eggs Benny's name? Ah, damn it. I'll try not to confuse them.
Though it has no bearing on the truth of this case.
Huh?
The bungling and burgling brother shot the detective, and the accused shot the pawnbroker.
Hi, Marks.
The pertinent facts of the case remain unaltered.
Yo, what's up, dude? Good evening, yo. Thanks for swinging by. We are determining how many bullets were fired at the crime of the scene. Crime of the scene. Yes, I meant to say that.
But at least the mystery is solved. I can sleep easy tonight.
Thank you, young man.
Nah, thank you very much.
So
Glad I could help.
I would like Iris to tell us what's in those vials.
I
She
wanna
says
just
those are
look at it.
Ridiculously dangerous things that Sholmes keeps for solving crimes.
Yeah, let's.
There's probably a reason why Sholmes is not waking up.
No, he is waking up. Sholmes woke up.
Yeah, for one person.
He's still awake. I mean, he probably just lied to people to keep Iris in the dark.
I hope so.
I'm sure that he did, because when he talked with Susato, it's like he's doing a setup. Or at least Susato is doing a setup. Let's look at the thing that has not been entered into the court record yet. Never mind.
The scruffy pouch is evidence.
Hurley's pouch isn't scruffy.
Sholmes' pouch has been entered into the court record. Let's go. Oh! Summation examination. Continue.
Defense is somewhat struggling to after opinion,
Please, my lord. A little more time. After all, that's a new piece of evidence. Could be a valuable clue. You can't afford to overlook anything here, Ryunosuke. There's still a way to turn this around. Somehow. I'm sure of it. I hit single snag an argument.
I guess you're ready to just give up, aren't you, defense?
Zeke's completely destroyed something he says.
Oh man, that's crazy. You get 5 minutes.
Court record. Court record. Court record. There we go. Boom, examine. Where's that bullet? Is it in there?
It looks like there's something in there. See, right there.
It's there. Can I like look at it through the hole? There we go. It's really scorched badly just here.
Oh, the strap is broken. Look.
This must be where the bullet hit then.
Let me see.
Da da da. There we go. Bullet number 3. What's going on? What the? Look. Behind where the broken file was. Do you see it?
That's the Skulkin Brothers bullet.
What a stroke of luck that it hit his pouch. This is an amazing discovery. What this means is there were 3 bullets fired at Windibanks that night.
I found exactly what that juror was talking about. The 3rd bullet.
The magical, mystical 3rd bullet. The rumored 3rd bullet. Time to press him again.
So show that to the maid.
Yeah, show this to the maid. Or yeah, we'll just literally show her the 3rd bullet. I mean, I think that's the only point of note. Oh, there's something else here. Look, there's a hole here at the back. Shit blew out. Doesn't much like a bullet hole. Something's ripped and cleaned through the leather. Something's ripped through the leather with great force.
Something must have pierced it somehow to have left this hole behind.
Yeah, it looks that way. Mr. Sholmes and his pouch both took a beating, didn't they? Okay, so, yeah, alright, we have what we need.
Examine that bullet.
Actually, yeah, no, that's cool. That's a good idea.
Just since I put it as a separate piece.
Yup, that's a bullet. This is the bullet that was fired from a Skulkin Brothers gun in the night of the incident.
So it turns out it never actually entered Hurley's body at all.
Can you look at the bullet in the calendar?
I think it's a different bullet, if that's what you're wondering. I think the one in the calendar is a silver bullet.
I was just even thinking the circle indentation in the middle.
Thanks to the thick leather pouch he was wearing, it saved him. We'll look at the calendar again, though, just to be sure.
Hurley's always lucky like that.
Well, considering what he had to go through in the hospital, I wonder how lucky he really was.
Oh, poor Hurley.
Yeah, okay, so bullet is bullet. I think that's all we get. Because it's all one. Let's look at the calendar thing. Yeah, I'm not even seeing a ridge. But I wonder if that's down to just drawn detail.
And, like, how far away it is.
Okay, well, let's do press, and then we're just gonna be like, there's a bullet, yeah. Okay, we're gonna mash a little bit, because we read this. So if there's another bullet, you mean literally this bullet that we've been talking about right here. 3rd bullet, could there be? I can prove it, I literally have it right here. Undoubtedly, this is much more solid proof than us saying it's in Herlock Sholmes right now.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, even if we said it, He was like, there's no exit wound. That means it must be in him. Then Zeeks would have to present this to show, no, it's not, it's in here. There we go. Third bullet. Here it is. We discovered it just now. Boom. Yes, on the night in question, Windibank's pawnbrokery, another bullet was fired.
Hold it!
What is this new trickery, you Nipponese conjurer?
Dude, we did
Where did you find that
smoke
bullet?
bomb the courtroom to find
We-
like that stupid carriage.
We did that
You
literally
passed it
right
to
here.
us.
You passed it to us.
And we were like, hey, look, there's a bullet inside.
Right? Like, there was no sleight of hand here. It was lodged inside Mr. Sholmes' pouch.
What?
You should look closer.
This pouch was removed from around Mr. Sholmes' waist before he was taken to a hospital. And since then, it's been touched by no one.
Do you mean to say the shot fired by the Skulkin brothers that night?
Yes, as your lordship has surmised, it hit this pouch.
But that makes no sense whatsoever. We already know that the whereabouts of the bullet fired at Mr. Sholmes. It's clearly visible in this photographic print.
Like, people can't put more bullets in
In
chambers
guns.
of guns after they fire
Or that
them.
there were more guns involved, and the timeline to this is longer than anticipated. 2 guns from the scene have already been submitted to the court as evidence.
Yes, that of Mr. Windibank and that belonging to the Skulkin brothers.
An examination of both guns revealed that only a single bullet had been fired from each.
But that must mean...
That's right. We know now that on the night in question, 3 bullets were fired. However, only 2 bullets were fired from the guns recovered from the crime scene. And until that incontrovertible inconsistency is somehow explained, we cannot and must not pass judgment. Oh, look at that. Genuine damage. He took 1 HP of damage there.
He's got like 5.
He's definitely got like 10 life bars.
Order! Well, this summation examination remains incomplete. The court has been presented with new facts.
Sure has.
Facts that would appear to shake the very foundations upon which the case against the defendant has been built.
Oh shit.
As is my prerogative in this situation, I hereby temporarily suspend the summation examination. By Jupiter!
What?
Bailiff, bring the witness back to stand at once. Again!
I like, everyone's like, damn, I wasn't even.
Summation examination. This trial is continuing.
These two, for the 4th time. Is this the 4th? No, it's the 3rd time. I think it's the 3rd time.
Witnesses,
Stop lying.
Governor.
And tell us something.
were you listening to proceedings while the defense carried out the summation examination? Please stop lying, for fuck's sake. We just want to get this over with.
We was, Governor, we was. Perhaps we could dispense with the tedious preamble. Simply answer this one question. A 3rd bullet has been identified in the scene of the crime. What do you make of that?
I make of it, Gov. I don't make nothing of nothing if I can help.
Is it one of yours?
Go blimey, Gov. No, go blimey. Not a chance.
In that case, did you have an accomplice?
What? What? Oh no! The Skulkin brothers work alone.
It was just the 2 of us. That's our trademark.
How soon we forget poor Sulky.
Only 2 of the bullets from the crime scene originated from the firearms we have in evidence. The 3rd bullet was fired from another gun. Where is it?
Lummy, that's head scratcher.
Counsel for the defense.
Yes.
I should like to hear your thoughts regarding these new developments. The 3rd bullet and the mysterious missing firearm from whence it came.
Thinking back over all the testimony we've heard and all the evidence we've seen, I think I'm starting to form a picture of what really happened that night. My lord, I think it's clear what this 3rd bullet tells us about the Skulkin brothers. They had a secret accomplice, they had another gun.
Accomplice. We think it.
Yeah, I think it's accomplice.
Yeah.
Yeah. On that night at Windibank's pawnbrokery, the brothers must have been working with a third man. No! The witnesses are clearly doing their best to cover up the existence of this accomplice. But the evidence all points to the fact that there was someone else present. Someone carrying a gun. What? No way!
Objection!
Oh.
An accomplice, you say? Pigswill.
Huh?
These protracted proceedings have already forced us to endure 2 summation examinations. Yet in all that time, there has been not a murmur of a third man, if this apparently wraith-like being exists. The court must be shown hard evidence. Without it, this fantasy will be crushed.
The blood on the disc.
The prosecution demands answers on 2 counts. Firstly, proof, evidence that this accomplice was ever at the scene of the crime. And secondly, the identity of the spurious character.
Skulkins are lying. I know that. But how can I ascertain the identity of the person they're hiding?
Well, counsel,
We know.
I'm supposed to prove the existence of this accomplice and reveal the person's identity even. You know what? What if Windibank's gun shot Eggs Benny? Windibank shoots him, and then Skulkin Brothers shoot Windibank. Skulkin Brothers take a second shot at Sholmes.
I was thinking that when Pop's gun shoots.
Yeah, Windibank
that's
shoots
confirmed
out
for
at the
sure,
door.
So that when he gets in that room, the gun is already empty.
Yeah,
But I was gonna say, then Fancy Pants
yeah.
through the door.
Oh, Fancy Pants shoots him, and then Skulkin Brothers,
Skulkin Brothers
shoot Holmes while
Because-
Fancy Pants gets away.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Ready to present answers. Okay, so we're
Because
probably
they-
gonna die here.
Seem to agree that they shot Sholmes.
Yeah, they shot Sholmes,
So
but
that's what I
they're
mean, like they seem very. So I think it's their gun that did Sholmes. So I think it's Fancy Pants' gun. That
yeah, Fancy Pants. Yeah, that makes sense. Defense is ready.
And they were only picked up because they looked suspicious, but
Fancy
like,
Pants doesn't look
"I'm
this suspicious.
just a man of society coming back from the opera. You know?
So, my Nipponese friend, despite the swimming eyes, you seem to think you have something to say. This promises to be interesting.
Whew. I have to push forward now. There's no other option. I need to use every single piece of evidence available. Oh, wait. So we can just point the bullet in the calendar's existence of a third person anyway. Because there's just... Who is that shot at? / from.
Yeah.
So,
That's what
like,
I mean.
that,
You
yeah.
put the blood-
Just in general.
The blood profile thing, and then you put Fancy
The
Pants
calendar,
picture.
yeah.
on the night in question, in the moments leading up to the death of the victim, what proof have you that there was a third intruder present at the scene?
Because we know the color of it.
Take that!
The evidence is right here, in this portfolio.
By Jove, that portfolio again, is it?
Different colors of blood.
Do you
man.
expect the court to rifle through your papers itself? Be more specific. You claim one of those blood samples proves the presence of this third intruder. Which is it?
Yeah, unknown. Okay, so calendar.
Take that!
What am I looking at here? There appears to be some green paint or such like around the bullet hole in the middle of the calendar.
That's a bloodstain, my lord.
A bloodstain!
Why is it green?
Green blood. Curious, even for you. Is the court to understand that the intruder was some unhuman creature?
It's something developed by Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
By the great detective!
New invention, stop. Not yet appeared in stories, stop.
It's this, you see. It doesn't have a name yet, though. This fogger sprays a chemical that reacts with the different elements in people's blood to change its color.
Different elements of... different elements of people's blood.
Yes, everyone's blood is slightly different, you see, because it's made up of different elements. By seeing what color it changes to, you can tell in a flash whose blood it is.
Oh, that brings a whole extra dimension to looking at blood.
Talk of blood in courtroom. Stop. Very exciting. Stop. This is what I'm here for. As an example, this one shows the blood of the victim, Mr. Windibank.
Striking blue.
Yes, so you see, this green color of this bloodstain on the calendar shows that someone else was shot in the main part of the shop.
Now hold that here, young man. Could be from some unrelated incident, couldn't it?
No, it's not unrelated. The date showing on the calendar is the date on which Mr. Windibank was killed.
Oh, by golly!
Therefore, we can assume that whoever was shot on the same day.
Then whose blood is it?
Well, the Skulkin brothers in their stand don't appear to be suffering from any gunshot injuries. Which means it must be the blood of somebody else. The third intruder, in fact.
Objection!
Whose identity the court is still waiting to hear. You can't delay this any longer, my learned friend. Who is this alleged third intruder?
Where's that man?
Eggs Benny. Let's go.
Take that!
The man's name is Edgar Benedict.
Edgar Benedict? Who are you talking about, counsel?
He paid a visit to Windibank's pawnbrokery on the afternoon before the incident that took place.
When the accused attempted to deceive the pawnbroker into releasing this article into her possession.
That's right. The man identified by the fence, Mr. Edgar Benedict, clearly lied about his name, then attempted to take the article from the defendant by force. In the scuffle, one of them was bleeding, and Gina's not bleeding everywhere, so it's probably not her blood.
Broker! Oh, yes, sir.
I believe this filthy pocket thief has just redeemed an article from you, no?
Yes,
The article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once. Now that's a lie. What are you trying to pull? Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel. And needless to say, look at this. Any music box discs too. Look at that. He fits right in with the Skulkin brothers. He does the same pose, but slightly fancier. Inspector Gregson was there at the time and can attest to what happened. In the end, it was the inspector himself who took the disc.
Can you corroborate this account, Inspector?
Yes, my lord. That's more or less what happened. And in the interest of being thorough, I asked Windibank for a print showing the fellow. Take it from one of his red-handed recorder gubbinses.
Yes, that's him talking to Mr. Windibank that morning.
And you claim this man is the brother's accomplice?
Well, Mr. and Mr. Skulkin?
I've never seen the geezer before in my life.
On me life, Gov, on me life. Never seen him. Well, somewhat unsurprisingly, it appears our witnesses disagree with the assertion.
I'm sure your lordship recalls my learned Nipponese friend's actual assertion, which was that he could prove the identity of the alleged accomplice.
Yes, and I can.
Then show us the evidence.
I agree. We must see proof that this clean-cut gentleman in the photograph is the filthy criminal you say he is.
He's too clean cut to be a thief.
He's too clean. And this is the last piece of evidence. I had a feeling that something's been missing in this trial from the very start. But now, I'm going to drag it kicking and screaming into the courtroom.
Are you ready to present your answer to the court then, counsel?
The music disc.
Yes. I think I want to present the blood on the music disc.
Yeah.
Yes, instead of just the music disc itself. Proof the man pictured in this photographic print was in fact the person struck by the third bullet. Blood samples portfolio, let's go.
Take that!
Proof is right here in this portfolio.
Counsel, does that portfolio contain the answers to every question posted?
Yes.
I see you share my interest in claret-colored liquids, my Nipponese friend, but... Enough. The court demands to see further evidence. Which blood sample proves the man you identified was the one shot by the third bullet at the scene of the crime?
Well, literally the photo right next to it in there. I mean, actually it's 4, but anyway, let's go.
Take that!
As I mentioned before, On the afternoon of the day in question, the defendant attempted, deceitfully admittedly, to reclaim this disc from Windibanks.
Which is when the aforementioned Edgar Benedict appeared on the scene, I believe. This man attempted to purloin the article from the defendant's possession, no?
That's correct, my lord. I myself was present at the time. It was following this that a minor incident occurred.
But of course, sir. Here's the disc for you.
That coat fits like a glove that's 2 sizes too small. Very well. Man, I didn't even catch that the first time he did that. But that shit does not fit him. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style. Wait a minute, that disc is mine.
What do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal.
Being a music box disc, it has countless small but sharp metal protrusions over its surface. Those protrusions cause Mr. Benedict's finger to bleed. And the resulting smear of blood is still visible on the disc now.
Oh goodness, a bloodstain, is it?
My assistant and I have just analyzed the bloodstain here in this very courtroom.
Using my trusty Farga gun.
Yes. We added the results to this portfolio.
It's green.
It's green! It's you, Eggs Benny.
I say.
It's green. It's exactly the same color as the blood around the calendar. I just realized that those were the jurors. The evidence is conclusive. The man calling himself Mr. Edgar Benedict, who was in Windibanks earlier in the day, is the accomplice who was present at the scene of the crime that same night. Dun-dun-dun! Oh, someone else there. Look at those 2 brothers now. They're sweating buckets. Oi, what are you talking about? Ooh, it's boiling in here. My lord, it is opinion of the defense that Mr. Edgar Benedict should be summoned to the courtroom to testify.
Fine first.
It would certainly seem that we can ill afford to ignore this gentleman's apparent presence.
Who the fuck is Edgar Benedict? This has gone on long enough now. This flagrant ignorance of the mechanics of law.
What?
Listen, Herlock Sholmes, you say? Yes, I've heard the name. The protagonist in a series of short stories for the vulgar classes. A god of detection or some such. And now you employ chemical substances devised by this fantastical persona in the highest court of the land? What, you think we're going to believe your trickery? Do you expect us to take you seriously? The samples made by this plaything are not fit to be called evidence. So the bloodstain turned a shade of green. What of it? Here's to you successfully proving that no other blood in the world can turn the same color.
Well, why don't we just check the blood of the people that were there then?
Pray, do not think of suggesting that we should take Mr. Sholmes' word for it.
I'd be like, okay,
Everybody just give it. Yeah,
Let's
who was
do
in the
a
room?
blood
Let's do a
sample.
blood sample.
No, but I mean, like, even all the people in this courtroom, like, if nobody was seeing people green as a time,
Yeah, wouldn't that prove
that
it?
It's pretty rare for people's
Blood to
thing
be the same.
exact same color.
Of course, Mr. Sholmes' invention isn't going to be recognized by any official body. But what other choice did I have?
I'm just remembering what Father Christmas over there said before. About how he was temporarily suspending the summation examination. In other words,
We're going back to it.
the examination isn't over yet, is it?
Oh, good grief. What did you just say, young girl?
And in a summation examination, the decision as to whether or not the trial
It's
continues
up to the jurors,
is in the hands of the 6 jurors, isn't it?
not you.
Don't
guys.
you guys like Sholmes?
They do like show.
So the way I see it, doesn't matter what certain other people think of Hurley's invention. At least not for now.
She's right. Hey,
A young lady, you have quite the devious mind.
It really just comes down to one thing.
One of the
I like to
jurors.
win. Well, these ladies and gentlemen of the jury are convinced by what you say, Bruno. Is that about right, would you say? Or did I misunderstand something?
unbelievable. Mr. Sholmes' partner is a force to be reckoned with. Yo, yeah, Iris just is a champ. Thank you, Iris.
Iris Wilson, sharpshooter.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
After that shrewd presses of the situation from an entirely unexpected source, it must be acknowledged that the previous summation examination has yet to reach its conclusion.
This is absurd.
You're absurd. You're not allowed to talk during the summation.
Ladies,
examination.
Yeah, you're not even allowed to talk right now. Shut up.
the court now looks to you for your final leanings in the matter. As proud citizens of Her Majesty's Britain, I'm sure we'll come to fair and just conclusions. So then, state your final decisions in turn, please.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, what?
Well, because you have
Oh,
to
even
still
split.
fight for it.
Oh, okay. The doctor still says guilty.
I think the doctor would be convinced by Zeke's like, but this isn't science. You're a
Yeah.
childlike gun.
I mean, okay, fair. We didn't get sweeping reviews, but we got more than
Well,
none.
we just needed the trial to continue. So.
Such is the outcome of the summation examination.
Objection!
My lord, with all due respect, this is an outrage. The prosecution refuses to accept this decision.
It's not your decision to make.
On what
It's
grounds?
the jury's decision to make.
If these jurors are persuaded by some half-baked concoction divided by pretender to real police work, then they're too ignorant to be trusted with the judgment of anyone's guilt.
I'm sorry, Lord Van Zeeks, but the rigged jury is the one that you chose and the one we're sticking with. It cannot be ignored. The trial will continue.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh. I think we may have taken one life bar of him.
Nice.
Only one, though.
Nevertheless, we find ourselves in a rather awkward situation. The defense has very reasonably requested the subpoena of a new witness. But sadly, I fear that will be impossible.
What?
We don't know where to find
The name the
this
gentleman gave for himself, Edgar Benedict, is quite clearly false. That's not his real name, man. I can't. Why would you
may be
believe that?
foreign and not know what is a regular name here, but that's just a breakfast item.
Listen, that's merely a breakfast item. That's not a name, Nipponese friend. You should be aware that you've been duped.
I don't believe it.
Tom Ado.
Yeah.
or Caesar salad.
Yeah, I love. Okay, Tom Ado's great. Caesar salad is even better.
I don't remember the third one. What was Misty?
Oh, I could not tell you. I didn't even remember.
Oh, she was anchovy.
Oh, anchovy. I think Caesar salad's the best one because that one's like no attempt at hiding that it's food. Could I say something? Huh? Who was that, please? Who spoke? It was me, my lord. Juror number 5.
What have you to say, madame?
If possible. Inspector,
Me, ma'am.
Can't you go arrest
I wonder if you might show the photographic print to me again.
Oh, does she
The one in which
recognize
the
him?
gentleman is shown. Yo, does she just know him?
Right, yes. This one you mean, of Mr. Benedict.
Watch her just drop a name right here. Yes. There's no doubt in my mind. Juror number 5, you don't mean to say you know this man?
You mean everybody's tied to this case?
Yes, I know. You mean everyone in the jury is tied to this case? I know him. What?
No.
Good gracious! Order! Juror number 5, how on earth do you recognize a person?
I'm a communications officer. Stop. As we can clearly see, the gentleman in the photograph is stop. Also a communications officer.
Oh.
Stop. He works in my office.
And she's
Oh, she's like
dark
Twinkle
by-
Eye. She's
Got a
like,
crush on him.
I've hit on him many times, and he has yet to reciprocate my advances. A very talented operator, in fact. Stop. He should be in the communication station now, tapping away on the telegraph. This doesn't seem right somehow. I can't put my finger on why, but it doesn't feel right.
I suppose we all imagined the accomplice would be some sort of hardened criminal. It's a bit unexpected to find out that he's a respectable job by day, whatever he gets up to at night.
Yeah, I suppose that's it. Suppose that's why I felt some. I mean, communications officers could be bribed to send crazy communications like sell all your stocks in something.
Or your father in Japan is sick, we just got a telegraph.
Ooh, or your father is sick, we just got a telegraph.
You need to
Da da da. Da da da. Oh my god, yeah, you're right. You're right. That's a good point.
It's part
Ooh.
of the overarching Magnus controlling everybody, everything, and
Oh, one sec.
Mr.
Plicklice is rated. Yo, what's up, Plick? How goes it, man? How are you today? I hope you are well. And those of you joining as well, I hope you are well as well. I will say I temporarily have chat in followers only mode due to stuff. Which is going to be, you know, for the foreseeable future. So I do apologize, but I'm happy that you have swung by in the middle of court.
well, yeah.
I want to flick lights there. But yes, so he could have...
Justice Guy and Magnus. And
Yeah.
this guy are all
They're all in
tangled the plot.
cahoots. They're all in cahoots. That's why we got the telegram. All fine, good. Just finished my Xenoblade stream. Oh, wicked. Yo, how did that go? How was your Xenoblade stream?
If the gentleman is at London's communication station, we should be able to subpoena him within the hour. Lord Van Zeeks, if you please.
We'll take a short recess. Bring
Yeah.
him here.
Yeah, we'll take a short recess. Bring him in.
Sir mentions with all haste.
Although, unfortunately, I think this might be the end of this chapter.
As your lordship bids.
The court will recess for 1 hour. When the new witness arrives, we shall reconvene to hear the gentleman's testimony. Inspector Gregson,
Yes, my lord.
Hop to it.
I should like to hear from you specifically about events at the pawnbrokery on the day in question. Come to my chambers during the recess.
Yes, sir. My lord.
Very well. Court is adjourned until 1:40 p.m.
The story's getting super juicy. Ooh, nice. As is the end of the game here is getting pretty juicy. To be continued. Okay. So, I know people just swung by, but unfortunately, I think this is going to be where we call it for the night. How are you feeling, CaptnmcD? Are you alert? Are you awake? Do you want to continue? You want to continue?
I can continue.
Okay, we can continue we're continuing a bit more. We're going to go say hi to Eggs Benny, and we're going to figure out his true name.
But 5-minute break for bathroom and drink.
5-minute break for bathroom and drink? Okay. Yeah, sure. All right. I guess we'll take a quick intermission. At least CaptnmcD will. I will actually probably go to the washroom. Yeah. You know what? I'll do a quick BRB as well.
It's probably not actually gonna be 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's probably just gonna be like 30 seconds. We'll be right back. We're just gonna take a quick refresher so that we can keep streaming. Okay. See y'all in a second.
Okay, okay. Audio check, audio check. We are back, we are back. Bop, 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 bop. Okay. 12th of April, 17:41 p.m. The Old Bailey, defendant's antechamber. Gina, how are you holding up? I'm starting to feel quite warmly toward her frequent cold shoulders now. I think I'm understanding the concept of tsundere.
Ginny, are you alright? Why aren't you saying anything?
Yo, you know, what's the point, eh? What go through all this trouble and fight so hard for the likes of me?
What?
Because you're our friend?
Well, you saw it. The picture. What picture?
You mean this? The photograph taken by Hurley's red-handed recorder?
Your gun wasn't even pointed at him.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't think it would have captured a scene like this, that's for sure.
It's hopeless. Anyone who sees that is gonna think I did it, ain't they? Well, I won't pretend it was a bit of a shock when the prosecution first presented it to the court. Surely you've got to have your doubts about me now. You can't still think I'm innocent.
And yet we do.
And yet we... Of course I can. Huh.
Ginny, why'd you talk to us? Tell us what really happened that night. Eh? Munoz cleverly managed to piece together a lot of new information, but still, we'd really like to hear from you.
Alright then. It was after we had dinner together at your place, right, Iris? And we all had a chat up in your office, didn't we? Yes, I remember. Oh, let's see. Gina's telling of the story. After that, I just couldn't get to sleep. So I slipped out and went down the street to the 2-1, to Winterbank's place. I had to know if Iris' story was there or not. The Hound of the Baskervilles. I know what it is about and nothing. But if you ask me, there's something in that Sholmes don't like. Something he don't want people reading. So that's why I lied to Iris about sticking in log with Winterbank for safekeeping. At least, that's what I thought at the time. So you broke into Winterbank's?
I just had to know if it was there or not. I mean, I had no idea all that was going to kick off, did I? I struck the lock and snuck inside. It was dark as you like in there. So I gave the oil lamp on the counter a bit of wick. And that's when...
What do you think you're doing? Ah!
I nearly died, I did. And next thing I knew... I grabbed the gun off the counter and was waving it in the air like... I don't know what.
Oh, you're the girl who was in here this afternoon. I didn't think pickpockets went in for armed robbery.
The mantle script. Have you got it here? Did Sholmes leave a load of papers with you? A story?
I beg your pardon?
The Hound of the... something or other. If it's here, I want to see it.
I'm sorry, young lady, but I'd sooner die than relinquish an article belonging to one of my customers.
I don't want it. What would I do with it anyway? I want to see it's here, that's all.
Oh, you want to see it, do you?
I want to know if Sholmes really pawned it here or not. Please, just let me see it and I'll go.
Oh, very well then. But for pity's sake, stop waving my gun around, would you?
So yeah, so he was just like, okay, you're freaking out. This is a kind of intense situation.
So in the old cove unlocked the storeroom door and both went inside. It was there alright. A mental script. Sholmes weren't lying after all. You did all that just to check for me, Ginny? Anyway, then there was a bit of a kick-up out in the main bit of the shop. The Skulkin brothers arriving on the scene, yeah?
The Skulkin brothers arriving on the scene, yes.
What was that noise? Someone's breaking in.
It's like, oh, you literally broke the lock.
Oh dear me, is there some burglars convention here tonight that I don't know about?
I think I forgot to shut the door behind me. Sorry.
I'd better go and take care of it. Could I possibly have my gun back?
Oh, well, I'll come with you then.
Now, don't be foolish, young girl. You must stay right here. Don't leave this room under any circumstances.
Because nobody will know you're here.
Mm-hmm.
It's safer.
In fact, he took a gun out of my hands and walked back out in the shop. I hung back in the storm like he said, strained my ears and talk and hear what was going on. It sounded like it got in a bit of a scrap. I still think I should help, see? So I was just about to go out the store myself when...
Bang.
Hit by the door when he runs in.
I
She was
don't.
just about to go out.
I don't know about that.
I had a couple of shots go off. 2, I think. Almost at the same time. And then there he was, right at my feet. Lying face down on the floor. I was right next to the storeroom door, so I slammed it shut and locked it quick as you like.
Because you thought whoever shot Mr. Winterbank might come for you.
Yeah, so I went to grab the old cove's gun. Figured I'd put up a fight at least. When I got a better look at him, I knew.
He was dead.
Winterbank was a goner. So I felt funny in my head all of a sudden.
Oh, she
Kinda dizzy.
fainted.
And after that, I don't remember nothing.
Yeah, so it's probably just, oh god, save myself, lock the door, and then like freak out, pass out.
That must be when you passed out, Gina. If I'd done what I'd done, the old cove might still be alive.
Did you tell the police everything you just told us?
Of course I did. They didn't believe a word of it, did they? All they said was, if I kept telling lies, it'd make things even worse for me.
Because they're in the pockets. of
Yeah,
the
because they're
direction.
all in the Magnus pocket.
It'll be alright, Ginny. Don't worry. Just stay strong a little longer. Muna's about to put the real culprit through the mill.
Yeah, don't worry. We have nothing to benefit from this rich man and government.
Yeah, I
over
want to
there.
see, like, Eggs Benny just walk out with a hole in his chest being like, I'm fine, nothing happened.
The cove went in there in
do
the
you think he could've went to
afternoon.
work the next day if he got shot?
I mean, if he's committed to this, like, crime life, possibly.
That Edgar Benedict.
More like Edgar Benedict, dickhead. Oh,
I still remember how he looked at me, like I was nothing. He was there that night.
we don't know what his real name is yet. But I'm convinced that he's involved somehow. I mean, it's not even convinced, it's evident he's involved. Anyway, thank you for telling us what happened, Gina. I appreciate your honesty.
What? You can leave it all in Runa's capable hands now, Ginny. Oh,
Some adults will help you.
Some adults will help you.
Mr. Nara Odo.
Yes?
How come you trust me? I don't get it.
I just do.
I mean, have you forgotten what happened here before? Come on, it was only 2 months ago. Me and McGill we told you a whole pack of lies. And you got the bogtrot off with him, even though he was a killer.
No, I could never forget that.
Oh,
I did what I thought was best at the time. But the pain of that error of judgment doesn't get any easier to bear. Still, don't forget that I almost made you a promise. Don't forget that I also made you a promise. I told you that I'd be on your side to the bitter end, no matter what.
but what if I'm lying? You could be working together to get another killer off the hook for all you know.
Yep, we could.
I mean, I don't think so. I was once in your position, Gina. I was the accused in a trial.
You were?
Twice.
Before I left Japan. Yeah, twice! And on the way here! I was accused of murder. And strange as it might sound, the circumstances of the crime were pretty damning. I was sure that no one would believe it wasn't me who'd done it.
Oh, Bruno.
But there was one person who stood up for me, who believed in me, and was prepared to defend me. He was the coolest guy ever.
This is his soul.
This is his soul. Shows the sword. My best friend. Yeah, cool guy.
Brunosuke, no one believes in you more than I do. Leave this to me. All you need to do is put your faith in me, and I'll do the rest.
I was so happy. I cried. But even then, somewhere inside me, I couldn't help thinking. Surely, he doesn't really believe in me. Not completely. But, oh, look at that. I was wrong. Oh, look at that faith in this man. 100%. Look at that. Oh, look at this. Oh, he's so everything. I was wrong. I can put my faith in that man. Look at that. Oh, look at the conviction as soon as my trial began. It was obvious that he had an absolute, unwavering belief in me. And in turn, I developed an absolute, unwavering belief in him. We bonded. Since then, I came to realize, if you want someone to believe in you, you have to believe in the other person first.
What are you saying?
I promise you, Gina, that no matter what happens, I'll keep believing in you. So you don't need to worry. I won't let you down. Look at her tsundere pose.
Even though I'm a diver, and a no good liar.
You're not like McGilded. I know that.
Eh? That's right, you're French, innit? Iris.
Some people
Yeah.
have situations and lie to protect themselves. Other people just constantly do bad things and lie about it.
Yeah, it's like you were kind of like you were under duress. Like you didn't really have a choice, and you're also in a living situation of kind of you're doing what you can to survive. McGilded is like confirmed money villain. We know better than you think. We've come to the conclusion that you're someone we can trust.
Yeah,
That's really all we need to know.
exactly. Mr. Naruto, I...
Oh, tear. You don't get to see it, though. Defendant Gina Lestrade and her legal representative.
Get back in here.
Court proceedings are about to resume. Please head into the courtroom immediately. Okay, of course. Thank you. I've been both a defendant and a defending lawyer in my time, so I knew only too well just how hard it was to put all your faith in another. I also knew just how hard it was to bear the burden of another putting all their faith in you. This is it at last, the final chapter, the final battle. Wish me luck, Susato-san, and I hope you're watching over me too, partner. Dun-dun-dum! Alright, let's get in there. We'll do maybe like one segment, I'll say. We'll see what we get. We'll see how long it is. We'll aim for like midnight-ish. So like the end of the hour, I think. 17th April, 1:41 p.m., the Old Bailey courtroom. Where's the new guy?
I hereby call this court to order as we resume the trial of Miss Gina Lestrade. Lord Van Zieks, have you successfully subpoenaed the witness?
The subpoena was delivered to the communication station where the man works immediately, my lord. However, the heavy rain has delayed the arrival of his carriage, it would seem.
I see. Then let us turn our attention to Inspector Gregson's precis of the case heard by the court this morning. The glaring omission of the third bullet in your report is a serious blunder, Inspector.
Yes, I can only apologize, my lord.
And although the defense's chemical analysis of the blood at the scene makes for a compelling argument,
It's not recognized science.
I cannot permit such untried methods to be used as evidence in my courtroom.
It's a big mistake to cross Hurley and me. A very big mistake.
My lord, the subpoenaed witness has just arrived in the building.
Thank you, officer. Show him to the stand without delay.
Mr. Edgar Benedict. Real name? AG. Ass. Just that's it. Just ass G. I can't get good enough.
Guy?
Ass guy. Yeah. There you go. It's ass guy. The criminal we've been looking for this whole time.
Thank you for complying with the court subpoena on such short notice, sir.
But of course, my lord. As an upstanding member of London society, it is my pleasure to oblige.
Now kindly state your name and occupation for the record.
Ashley Graydon, Communications Officer.
Mr. Graydon and I both work at London Central Communication Station.
Now perhaps somebody would kindly explain what all this is about.
You were apprised of the situation by the court officer on your way here, I presume.
Yes, I was. Something to do with a murder that took place at a pawnbroker's on Baker Street. And some nonsense about me having been there on the night in question. Oh, Greg's is already looking right at him.
That is the accusation, indeed.
That really is beyond a joke, you know.
Very well, without further delay, the court will hear your testimony now, Mr. Graydon. You will respond to the accusation made against you under oath.
Right.
He's moving quite well for
He's
being
moving.
shot.
He's moving quite well for being shot. Gladly, my lord. Gladly. I wonder if we get to have like a Sholmes moment of like, wait, look at that man's back. He has a giant hole in it. The accusation. Naturally, I have occasion to make use of pawnbroking services from time to time. But you're seriously suggesting I colluded with these thugs to break into the place on the night of the murder? I have no intention of admitting to such an outrageous accusation, even if certain parties here present claim that my blood was found at the scene. Some Scaramouche detective's homebrewed tincture can hardly be taken as serious evidence.
So you decide the accusation completely, do you?
I must say, I am dismayed. For the highest court in the land to be swayed by this self-professed detective's toy.
It was the will of the jury, and our great British justice system that demands the jury's will is upheld.
Then it would seem we have the misfortune of a most inept assembly of jurors today.
By golly!
They hate you already.
How am I expected to be detained here? Oh, how long am I expected to be...
If following the defense's cross-examination your involvement in this matter has not been established, you will be free to leave immediately.
Good, then I shall be away in time for afternoon tea. Some small consolation at least. Yes, I'm just gonna leave. Like, I love that that seems to be the English approach to law is, I'm busy, I shouldn't be here, bye. I can't be accused of this shit, I'm a busy man. I have other things I'd rather be doing.
Let us not hold up Mr. Graydon any longer than necessary. Counsel, proceed with the cross-examination.
Press everything.
So, we meet again, Mr. Edgar Benedict.
Why did you give a false name?
Or is it Mr. Graydon? My apologies. You are... Ryunosuke Naruhodo, defense lawyer. We have met. You're clearly so unimportant, I have no idea. Ashley Graydon, enchanté. So... Oh, hats off. Oh, I trust we conclude this quickly. But I'm not holding your flashy hat while we do. I'll be wearing it. Can I check the hat?
Yeah,
is the hat in my court record now? I have it. I should be allowed to look at it. I cannot look at it. And hell yeah, we're pressing everything.
Hold it!
With fake names. Yes, we even met the very pawnbrokery where the crime took place on the afternoon of the day in question. That's a lot of sub-sentences in one text box. Though, of course, you introduced yourself by a different name at the time. It was Mr. Edgar Benedict, I believe. Tell me, what made you...
Objection!
Maybe the witness?
The witness is here to testify about events that took place that night. He is under no obligation to answer such unrelated
Oh, but it is
questions.
related because he didn't get the music disc then and returned to the scene of the crime to get the music disc.
Yeah, no.
I think that's motive.
No. No motive. Zeke says it was a different day. It couldn't have anything to do with this case.
It was the same day.
No. It's they're talking about 2 days. It's a completely different thing, you know. Yeah, actually, it was all in one day.
Yeah.
It's not even. It's not even a different day.
It was just past midnight, so technically,
It's not.
it was the next day. But they probably planned it. and
It's
got
like
there.
he's literally. It's the same day.
No, it's completely unrelated.
You can't be serious. Thank you, because I certainly do not feel inclined to answer such an inappropriate question. So he's going to be evasive, is he? In an effort not to give anything away. This could be tricky.
Okay.
We have to find something with the music disc. I was suggesting I colluded with these thugs to break into place on the night of the murder.
Hold it!
Have you seen these two men before? Never in my life. This pair?
Obviously not.
No, I don't associate with criminals. Said by a man who'd introduced himself as Edgar Benedict. I'd like to know what I have. I'd like to know who I have to thank for this. Who made this outlandish accusation against me?
The young lawyer there in the black. The young lawyer there in the black.
This is a farce. Ooh! Whose idea was it to permit an outsider to work in a British court anyway? Clearly, he's unqualified. Reason, Nipponese. Case closed.
The person in charge of the justice system?
Yeah, the person in charge of your justice system clearly deemed me able to. Well, needless to say. Wow, your argument is straight up, this man's Japanese. And then, like, it's one of those things where he's just like, guys, really? And then he just looks at the audience
Yeah,
like...
I have no intention of answering that question. Next question. He's Japanese. Why do I answer?
Hold it!
Where were you at around 1 in the morning on the night in question, sir? That is past the hour at which I would normally retire. Certainly. I was not in the company of these rapscallions. You're able to prove that?
You have somebody
What? Do you have...
verify you were in
Listen
bed at the
carefully,
time.
my learned Nipponese friend, for you appear to be under gross misapprehension on this
Oh my
point.
gosh, is this gonna be like...
What do you
Monday
mean?
is up at 1 o'clock in the morning.
The witness maintains he was not at the scene of the crime. Therefore, he was obviously sleeping, meaning that's what he said
Pretty
was
much,
true.
If people can't have someone...
What? He's being accused like I have an alibi at least.
If nobody can support your alibi,
Oh.
then regardless of if you're sleeping or in the shower or at any other activity where you'd probably be doing it alone,
It's because he's not the one being accused right now.
If your accusation is that the witness was present at the scene, the obligation lies with you to prove your assertion. You will fulfill that obligation before putting any more unreasonable questions to the witness.
Oh, a silent victory. Wiggle. Thanks. Party present claimed that my blood was found at the scene.
Hold it!
Blood was found at the scene of the crime. There's no question of that. Mr. Shum's chemical analysis positively identified the substance as such. But I am not the only human to have blood running through my veins, am I? How can you be sure that the blood is mine? It could equally be the blood of one of these two miscreants. Every individual's blood has a slightly different composition, it seems. Mr. Shum's chemical is able to differentiate different blood samples by... Spare me the science lesson. I'm not gonna hear it. Who is this Shum's character, anyway? I assumed all Londoners would know the name. He's a renowned detective.
So, even you are unable to bring yourself to say, great detective.
A great detective, you say? Now in the realm of fairy tales, are we? Oh. Oh, do you like... Yo, you think Shum's cool, right?
yeah.
Yeah, you think Shum's is cool. You have something to say about that, Mr. Skulkin?
What, me?
No.
No, the Mr. Skulkin next to you.
Right, I've had it up to here with this. How many times I gotta tell
We
you?
weren't talking.
You weren't even next to him. I know, you're not Big Bro Sulky. I'm talking to literally the one person who perked up at that statement. Mr. Nash Skulkin.
Ah, God blimey, Governor. You what? No, I don't know anything about this.
Is it not the case that when Mr. Graydon just spoke, a thought went through your mind?
I never have thoughts.
Would you care to share that thought with the court?
Me thoughts? I don't have none of them. I must have been him.
You what?
Mr. Nash Skulkin, answer the question, please. What went through your mind when Mr. Graydon just spoke?
Nothing, honest, Gov, nothing. I was just thinking, he waves his arm around like that much more. It'll open up the wound again, that's all.
Oh, bro! Thank you. Thank you so much, Nash. You dumbass.
You're the one who has sealed the
What wound?
deal.
What wound?
Well, I took the bullet, of course. It was on 2 days ago. It ain't gonna be healed up yet. So I was, well, you
I
know.
was worried about
I was worrying for
boxman
him, and-
here.
Oh. Oh, shit. I really said the quiet part out loud, didn't I?
I want to just, like, look at Zeke's and just point and just be like,
Like they
Mr.
clearly know
Graydon,
each other.
did you hear
And,
that?
Graydon's apparently injured.
Yeah.
Should probably do a body search.
What? Yeah. Man, I wonder what happened to Mr. Graydon. I wonder if anything happened to part of his body. Your comrade's worried about you, it seems.
What a good.
On account of your injured arm. My lord.
Yes, Mr. Graydon.
I have no idea what these two wretches are talking about.
Except for the fact that
Certainly, I shouldn't be expected to answer anything in relation to their mindless
I
insinuations.
immediately grabbed where my arm is injured.
We know that someone other than the victim was hit by a bullet at the scene of the crime 2 nights ago. And from the height of the bullet hole in the wall, that person was likely hit in the upper arm or thereabout. And you're really holding onto that arm. Like, I wasn't gonna say anything. I didn't notice it, but you're really... Can I see your arm?
So my height of that bullet was true. That I was like,
Yeah.
that's too high for the stomach.
It's too high for the stomach. That's a high bullet shot. Perhaps you'd allow the court official to examine your arm, sir. The left arm that you're currently clasping with your right hand, as if in pain. My arm's never felt better. No, I refuse. You have shown no evidence whatsoever that links me to these common thieves. Accordingly, I'm not obliged to permit any such invasion of my privacy. Yo, jury, should we see his arm? Jury, should we see his arm? Show his arm. Show his arm. Already said, I'm completely uninvolved in all this. I've never had anything to do with the pawnbrokery where this fellow was killed whatsoever.
We have photo evidence that you do.
Yeah, we have photo evidence that you literally have stuff to
So
do
if
with this
he adds that to
pawnbrokery.
his statement, we'll show the picture of him in the shop.
Yeah, we'll just... You were there, dude. You were literally there that morning.
Yep.
Oh, thank you,
Thank
Judge.
you, Judge.
My lord. The defense would like that last statement to be added to Mr. Graydon's formal testimony.
Very well, counsel. Continue with your testimony, Mr. Graydon.
We'll press it first before we do anything with it, just in case. Bottom line is, I've never had anything to do with the pawnbroking myself. Well, the man was killed. I mean,
I think just present.
yeah, let's just go for it. Fuck it.
Never.
I've never, ever done anything. Post-shooting, photograph of Gina. Do we have that photo? Do we not have that photo?
Did he not submit it to evidence? Okay, then you gotta press it.
Okay, yeah, we gotta press it.
Hold it!
Or maybe put the music disc.
Never had anything to do with it. Yeah, the music disc. Forget that I was there, Mr. Graydon. On the very afternoon of the incident. Obviously, I'm not a complete stranger to the pawnbrokers. I'm currently on the lookout for an armchair to furnish my study.
Objection!
No, you were there to redeem an article. I have no idea what you're talking about. Gregson's like, dude, I fucking broke up your fight. He's like, listen, if you didn't cause such a fucking disturbance, I would have like... You have something to add, Inspector.
Are you gonna back me up on this, Gregson?
Come again, sunshine. You were there too, in fact, weren't you, Inspector? Yeah, that afternoon. Yeah, I do remember meeting yourself in the pawnbrokers that afternoon.
You, your young Japanese assistant, and the accused were present, as I recall.
And at the time, this witness, Mr. Graydon, was trying to acquire a particular article.
Well now,
He doesn't want to bring up the disc.
I'm afraid I don't remember too clearly.
Because he said it was clearly told to them not
Yeah.
to bring it into the trial.
Ooh, he's like, Greg's. Oh no, Greg's. What? Iris, just look at him. Iris, look at him. Give him the eyes. Give him the eyes, Iris.
Give him that herbal tea.
What? But you must.
I'm not going to lie and pretend I remember something that I don't.
Oh, what's going on here?
Gregsy showed us a picture before, didn't he? You know, from the cameras that Hurley installed in Winterbanks.
Yes, of course.
Indeed, and the gentleman pictured bears a striking resemblance to the witness, I must say.
An identical one?
Exactly, which proved that Mr. Graydon was in the shop on the afternoon in question. At no point have I denied that fact.
Yes, you did. You said you had nothing to do with it.
I merely entered the shop to peruse the articles on sale and have a word with the broker. Nothing more. Oh, Greg's.
What's our slip say?
This makes no sense. Yeah, oh, let's check. Yeah, let's check.
Like, I don't remember exactly what it says, but that is...
One small box, 10 shillings. No.
It was the other
This
one.
One gentleman's overcoat, £1. Blood on it. Okay.
It doesn't say their names on it?
Yeah, no, nothing. Understand why Mr. Graydon might be trying to cover his tracks. But why would Gregson be trying to avoid giving testimony about what happened? Oh no, Greg's. That's all he's going to say on the matter, is it?
What do you think,
Finger
Bruno?
probably wouldn't have healed up.
But he's not gonna consent to church.
No, but that's on his hands from the music test.
Yeah, but I think he's wearing gloves. I think he has no intention of telling us anything. He's well aware that the less he says, the less chance he has of giving himself away.
The opposite of Hurley, then. He seems to think that the more he says, the better.
Well, at least I managed to prise a little more information from these witnesses' lips. All thanks to Skulkin Brothers.
Yes, they were the key to it, after all.
So he says he had nothing to do with the Winterbanks. Well, we know that's not true.
Perhaps now would be a good time to have a proper look through the court record.
You never know, a tiny scrap of information could be a valuable weapon. Okay, so let's go to... Such gun can hardly be taken as evidence. Never had anything to do. Okay, so this is probably gonna be the one we're dealing with.
So I think... Because that's what Gregson's trying to avoid, too.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we'll present it. We'll see. Have you ever seen this disc before, Mr. Graydon? Why? Is it supposed to mean something? This disc was, until the day of the murder, in pawn in Mr. Winterbank's shop. It was redeemed by the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade, in the afternoon. However, somebody mysteriously appeared to try and take it from her. And that somebody was you, of course. Wasn't it, Mr. Graydon? As I've reiterated a number of times now, you're mistaken. That was not me. I've never seen that disc before in my life. It may have escaped your notice, but there's a small smear of blood on the disc.
Yes, resulting from an abrasion of the thumb, perhaps.
Can we see it, though?
That's right. The surface of the disc is covered in hundreds of tiny metal bumps. In the skirmish to acquire the disc, the thumb of the person who tried to take it suffered minor lacerations. So, while the disc bears the remnants of that skirmish in the form of the smear of blood, the thumb of the person in question must bear the remnants also, in the form of a scratch.
Good gracious, indeed it must.
Mr. Graydon. You refused to allow a court officer to examine your arm before. Are you now going to refuse to allow us to examine your thumb? Because I have no doubt that it bears a small scratch consistent with the smear of blood on this disc. Well. It would seem I underestimated you.
What is the meaning of
You could
this?
still say you don't have a warrant.
Yeah. So you admit it now. You admit you have a scratch on your thumb from when you attempt to take the disc from the defendant?
Order! Order! Well, Mr. Graydon.
It would appear there's been something of a misunderstanding here. I did not attempt to take the disc, as you put it. No, quite the reverse. What are you trying to say?
She tried to take the disc from me.
It's really quite simple, you see. The disc was mine from the outset. Is there some crime in taking an item that you own out of pawn? What?
It would seem, Mr. Graydon, that in this piece of evidence, my learned friend has established a link between yourself and the incident. Accordingly, you will tell the court everything you know about this disc now.
That's what he wanted.
Oh, yeah, that's what I think Zeke's wanted.
Yes.
He wanted, like, I feel like Zeke's is trying to set this up so it's like, yes, we're talking about this other murder the entire time. But now we can establish, like, a hard link between you and the disc, so that you can't deny it later.
Yeah.
Though I'm quite sure it has nothing whatsoever to do with the pawnbroker's murder. Witness testimony. The disc. There's a note on the disc saying, for McGilded, but the item belongs to me. The redemption ticket was stolen from me by the accused, that filthy gutterling, on the day in question. I proceeded at once to the shop in order to explain my situation and redeem my article. Oh, excuse me. In the end, of course, the disc was taken by the police. In other words, I had absolutely no reason to break into the shop later the same night. Music box.
Did I hear you correctly, sir?
We did.
McGilded, you say? The famous London philanthropist? Who presumably died in a fire.
Yes, my lord. The one and the same.
Good lord. Mr. Graydon. Are you saying that Mr. McGilded and yourself were acquainted?
No.
Yes,
That's correct. Oh. So he was probably... Magnus was probably messing with him because he's like a communications man who could just send whatever telegram.
Well, I certainly didn't expect to hear that name uttered here in my courtroom again.
According to what Gina told us, this disc was placed in a pawn on that fateful night 2 months ago. McGilded himself gave instructions to deposit it at Windibanks.
It's funny that Mr. Graydon here is claiming the disc belongs to him then, isn't it?
In all likelihood, he's lying. So he appeared that afternoon at Windibanks in order to get his hands on McGilded's disc for some reason. Maybe he wants to destroy it.
Counsel, you will commence your cross-examination, please.
Do you want to stop then? You wanted to stop.
Yeah, I think that's midnight. I think we'll call it, because otherwise we're going to keep going.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's heating up, though. It's heating up, though. The disc. This is gonna be a neat point to come into. We're gonna have a little less context than usual as we lead into it, but
That's okay.
yeah, that's okay. This section's working up to be interesting. We've managed to pull in Eggs Benny, finally, and I'm still wondering if this is one of those like Zeke's is actually Edgeworth things, or like it just happened and Zeke's is like as surprised as we are.
He seems like he's been on McGilded for a long time.
Yeah.
Like before we came on the scene.
Yeah. So I do wonder if it is just like, yeah, no, I've been after McGilded for a while. We're doing this.
He came out of retirement for that first McGilded case. Like, I think he's really just on the path of like.
McGilded is involved, yes.
And I guess I wonder if they're like, is Nipponese man actually on his side or not? And then I think currently with his plays is that it doesn't matter if I'm on his side or not, as long as I'm playing my part in the courtroom.
Yes.
Because of thoughts of international espionage. Mm-hmm. I think the fact that he's communication is actually super important. Obviously because of the Susato thing where it's like just friggin' kneecap this man. Susato's the one holding the cards, right?
Yep.
Like, watch us get a thing later that's like, oh, my dad was just fine the whole time. Right? Something like that. I'm gonna press the A button once just so we get music. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so we'll see where this goes. This did take This moved faster into this aspect of it than I
You
thought.
it would be?
I suspect this night, I think what we're gonna establish in this chunk is like that he was there. And then I think after this is gonna be like what it has to do with the Magnus thing. So I think that's gonna be the order of events of how we're gonna be tackling this. Still not sure what the grand ending is gonna be. I still
gonna say, well,
I still think McGilden might be still alive in some way.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. There's a second game. So will we
Oh.
even resolve all of the Magnus stuff?
Do we even resolve it all now? I
'Cause
think
I was gonna
so.
say, think about stuff with like, in the first game,
Yeah.
Mia, and we didn't know how she died and things, and then you get into later games and
Yeah.
you find out all the stuff with Godo.
Yeah, but I think that you solve that it's not you. Actually, yeah. No, you figure out who it is because it's pink and white, whatever. Mr. Pink, whatever that dude's name is, Mr. Red Blue or something like that.
Red White.
Red White. Fuck, I said every combination except for Red White. Mr. Red White. We find out it was him. I feel like the games tend to keep themselves contained, so I don't think it would be in the second game unless it was like really in the works that like we're gonna have this like overarching story over 2 games, which would be fascinating, but admittedly unexpected, I think.
Yeah.
So that's where we're gonna leave it off today. I think we've got some interesting talking points already. Even in this case with Eggs Benny just kind of admitting to somewhat being there. So we'll see. We're gonna say thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. It's been a pretty chill time. If you've missed anything, do check out the VOD that will be up on the YouTubes at Pixelated.
You can watch the whole game.
You can watch the whole game there. It's all in a playlist, organized. I finally did it, except for this video because it's happening now.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can follow the whole story of this game if you'd like to see what's going on.
To see who Magnus is.
To see who everyone is. All right. So take it easy, everyone. I hope you all have a good night, and we will see you next session for more great Ace Attorney. Actually, next stream is going to be Tekken. Woo! I'm excited for that too. So whether you're in for fighting games or visual novels, get ready for next week. Woo! Bye now.